He's back. Go. Just about to do a sound check, and then we can get ready to go. Goddamn, why didn't I speak? Speak, damn you. Go. There we go. Yay, sound check. Sound check. Bam, 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 bam. Sound check. Sound check. Bam, 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 bam. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound. Hopefully, it's a little bit better. Though, in all honesty, I haven't actually defried this computer in about a month, so I tend to do it. Well, I wouldn't say weekly, but I do it regularly enough because I install and delete games quite a lot because this laptop kind of handles a lot of games. So when I get games, I'm like, hey, ah shit. So bye. There's a lot of use space. Oh, I have some stories for you, but I'll wait until you're a bit further into the video. You know, that way I can tell you some of those awesome stories. Okay, since the last time we played, I haven't played Redbeard. I am playing him tonight, though, in about 4 hours. Yeah. And swim through here, because I've got to set up the laptop and bring all the cables ben, because there's no point doing it ben in the room. I need a Surface too. Roll dice on. It isn't bouncing on a bed. So I tend to sit in here. It's all good, like. But I have not played that game since the last time we spoke. But I have played more D&D. A lot more, like, what, 5 games? And no, 5 games. It's like, shit. Oh shit! Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh my god. Holy shit, that was evil. Spawn just right where the bad guys are. Hi bad guys, how you doing? We're like, alright, how you doing? It's like, kinda alright, kinda not. Cool. It goes to sit. So, activate is that. Weapon E. That is Q. Run. Jump. And then menu. I think that's everything. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. I think it is. So fuck it. It is, as far as I'm concerned. It is. Okay, let's get our boot. Boot. Wow, it is quite dark in here. Ah! Oh shit! Don't hit me again. Shit. Managed to get him before he hit me. Yeah, these guys do not seem to hit as hard as, you know, they really should. Oh damn. Dead dude. Dead dude. We have a dead dude. Come on, pick it up. There we go. Oh, nice. Was it 7? There we go. Rubbish. What's that? Oh, damn. Wakizashi. Got nothing. Right, so let's search the corpse. So he's there. Oh well. Ah, that's weird. Back there, boo. Okay, okay. Shit, 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 shit. Okay, okay. Play's cool, play's cool. You can see me now. You can see me. One of them definitely can see me. Bam. Shit. Bam. Oh god. Oh good. Oh shit, he's still alive. Spear! Oh, fuck it, we're just gonna have to go with spears in here. Yeah, oh. Yeah. Like, stab him with a fucking spear in the dick. Cool, you did. You did. Let's put the weapon away. Just so we can have a wee wander around. Wander. Wee fire petal, eh? A wee bit of a fire petal. Okay, bloat and some random shit. Steel. What do we have here? I don't want that. Redoran. Nordic fur. Don't like that. Cool. Redoran. I knew it! I could totally hear it. Shit. I could totally hear it. Maybe I should get like the Mage Light spell or some shit. Because it is pretty damn dark here. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, back away. There we go. Okay. We're good. You got nothing. Oops, some luminous thing. Some scales. Oh, a nice soul gem. That's what we need. We need soul gems. That's what we want. Oh wow. It's like just amazing how far I can jump. Like, that was me still flying into it, like holding the jump button. Because it's like, and it just stays there. Give me it here. Held up here. Which, oh, well, that didn't work. Ugh, well. No, I get the picking. But I fucking, holy shit, I played like 5 games of D&D, man. Holy shit, it was good. Ugh, like you wouldn't believe. Okay. So, first off the bat, we'll talk about the first one I played. And I'll save the last one for the end, because the last one's the best one. As in the one I played last night. I'll save that to the end. Okay, so, yeah. Just trying to remember everything. Okay, so there was 3 of us, and we were... okay, so it started off with 2 of us. We were... started doing an well, we were planning to do an excavation in the desert. This... fucking... what kind of material was it again? It was like obsidian, onyx, that sort of material, kind of like dark stone. And this entire town was like, this city was made of it. Like, we discovered a few map details that led us to believe it was in this one desert somewhere. So we're like, cool, that'd be cool. So we went to a cartographer, like a really good one, who was a dwarf, and eventually became a player character. Because one of the folk we knew was like, hey man, I want to play. And it's like, well, Ken, you can either play this one character or you can't play. Because there is only one person with us. And we didn't want to bring in another cam player so that there'd be another NPC. So we just had him play him. But it was like a dwarf gunner. So he took us out. We went we went into the desert searching. It was pretty cool. Like, seriously, like, because we found I found an oasis, and then we went out further, and we triangulated where we thought it was, because this cartographer was like the best in the universe. Like, it was good until the player got his hands on the character sheet and just made the best cartographer in the universe. Like, no joke, this guy could look at a mountain and be like, oh, that's over there. Just the way the world works. Again, it was just, and he also didn't help that he rolled a fucking nat 19 on it. So that was quite awesome. Like, it was like, holy shit, man, this is amazing, amazing. So we kept going, and eventually we went, like, so we started digging, right? So we set up our tent, and then we started digging, and we came across this obelisk, like this big old obelisk, and it's like, okay, cool. So since we're at the ground level, we'll start spreading out. So we started spreading out, and then we found this big, large building with like this massive stone door and shit, made of the same like onyx obsidian material. It's like, oh damn, what's this? What's this? So we believe it's what we were looking for. So we're like, okay, cool. So this is definitely where we need to go then. So we ended up fucking like spending about a week there. You know, well, first off, we spent about a week there, just sort of gathering information about it, like clearing away some stuff, trying to feel the wall and see if it does anything cool. Like just just general trying to open this door, see if there's anything inside, but also expanding the area. So again, it's actually like, we quickly realized that this is a hill, because we expand it out, and then it just drops, and then we find some stairs, and then some stairs, and some stairs. So we're like, shit, man, we're actually up on a rise. Holy crap. Okay, so we go back to town, and we're like, we need to hire way more people. So we're like, cool, go hire way more people. So we hire 6 people, a cook. I go off, and because I'm a Gensai. Shit, what was it? Warlock? Again, I say oh yeah, no, I was a blood hunter. I was a 7 scout, 3 blood hunter, and 2 warlock. How cool! Fucking badass. Like, that was such a badass combo. Like, and I was gonna make it 7, 6, and 7. And it was going to be badass. But, I never got that far. But that was my goal with that character. 7, 6, and 5. 7, thief, 7, warlock, and 6 blood hunter. And, like, the blood hunter was Path of Ghosts, was a scout. The warlock was going to be Path of the Blade, because that was all just about... Like, I basically was a monster hunter, in the sense of, going around killing undead creatures and shit from like tombs and stuff. That's what I done as a living. That was my personal living. But we eventually got to a point where we're like, cool, right, so we need to hire more people. So we go and hire more people. But we leave one of our characters there, because we just leave one of them there. the thing is, this guy was a fighter, but he was a trained archaeologist. Like, seriously, he was a fighter, but he was intelligent as shit. So I was like, oh, would you know about Eldritch Knight? He was like, nah. It's like, alright, fair enough. So, he's left there behind, and fucking this mage comes out. Like, this lady comes out of the sands, because massive desert, you know. She's like, okay, I'm gonna pause it because I'm gonna roll a cigarette while I'm telling you this. So, so the lady comes out of the sand, and it's like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like, so I'm sitting there like, oh no, she could be a fucking plant or a trap or some shit, you know, some shit. And it's like, so fucking, she's like, hey, do you want to come back to my place and, you know, take a bath? And, you know, some people in D&D don't do sex stuff. Like, ever. This guy's played about 2 years less than me, only because I was 2 years older than him in the fucking D&D club. So, we're pretty close to our level, like. But he has never had sexy time in D&D. I know, right? I know. He's just not that kind of person. Me, it depends on the character. Totally. But he ends up going in and having a bath with her and doing some sexy times. So we come back the next again day. Player-wise, I'm like, shit, he's fucking dead. Or cursed, or suggested, or commanded, or some spelled, and he's gonna kill us. So, we arrive, can't find him anywhere, it's like, what the fuck? Check the door, check the big obelisky fucking thing, fine. Check the door, the fucking dungeony bit. It's like, nah, it's fine. It's like, alright. Where is he? Shimmering door. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Knock. She comes to the door, half naked with him, half naked, and it's like, well, I'm glad you guys had time for sexy time, but you know, we've got fucking work to do. We're on the clock, dick. Again, I was like playing the. What the fuck, dude? We're literally out in the middle of the wilderness, and you're gone around banging bitches when we've got work to do. Fucking hell. Like, and so my character taking that attitude with her as well. Ken, like, just fuck off, stupid bitch. Ken, you've literally put this fucking operation in jeopardy because of fucking what you done. Like, the whole time I didn't trust her at all. Anytime she was like, because like after that the dwarven fucking gun guy, fucking the best cartographer in the universe, managed to open the door by turning fucking part of the wall to sand and fucking walk through. So we're like, cool. So as we were like diving deeper into the dungeon, there was like rooms with fucking ghosts and tombs and stuff. But as we were going deeper and deeper, we realised, Ken, we're not finding any traps, and we're not finding any levers, or we're not finding any sort of, you know what you find in tombs? Like the warning on the door did say, Ken, let those that rest lay rested. Ken, and it was like, all right, whatever, just go in. So we went in. And fucking, so we're working our way down the tomb, so it's kind of weird that we're not coming across any, like, traps. And we did come across some, like fucking spirits and shit, and, like, bleh. But there weren't any, like, traps. Which kind of worried me, being a thief, you know, because the fact that a tomb doesn't have any traps means that this isn't the proper tomb, if you know what I mean. Like, and I did say that to them, they're like, So we found some wee trinkets and stuff, like a wee statue and shit. So we take it outside, and she's really fucking interested in this shit, and she's really fucking, because she's got to identify. She's like, I'm gonna take one of these items as payment for identifying all your items, all the other items, and it's like, bitch. Totally. So she took the fucking raven statue that lets her turn into a bird for a while, which is quite funny because the GM thought it was the one that turned into the giant bird and you could ride it, but no, it was the one that turned you into the bird, which is quite funny. So big boo on his part, which was quite funny, because otherwise he'd attain one of the better rhymes. But I wanted that Raven statue. I really did. You really didn't want me to have flying, which I was kind of annoyed at. But I kind of understood why he didn't want me to have flying last night. Because last night was amazing. when I get to it, when I get to it. Okay, so fuck. This is just D&D story time with me, isn't it? Okay, so we give her it. I'm still being a bitch to her. Like, I'm being campaign bitch tits to that bitch. I'm being campaign bitch tits. That's me. That's me. I'm campaign bitch tits. And I was being that to this wifey. Like, the GM was actually getting kind of annoyed with it. It was like, man, can you know just stop snide commenting her and shit? And I'm like, dude, I don't know who that is. She banged my friend. Probably gave him herpes. And now I'm supposed to be nice to her? Fuck that. I don't know who she is. He's like, well, can't fucking speak to her. I was like, no, this is my dig site. I'm funding, like, we all were funding this, really. All through, like, me and the fighter were funding this, and we hired the dwarf cartographer to help. So he was getting 20%, and we were getting 40% each. That's, because we worked the deal before the player joined, it turned into a funny gag where the dwarf guy had the bag of holding, so he's like, I'll just put in the bag of holding, spend my bag of holding, and it's like, yeah, still remember, you're only getting 20%. Still remember, it's only 20%. Like everything, anything like he picked up this fucking, oh, what was it? It was like fucking Sunny wanted. It was like a fucking, it wasn't a belt dwarf kind. It was some dwarven item, you know, like a fucking, wasn't it the hammer? It was some item. Like I didn't care about it. I was like, dwarven item, you can have it, but like character wise, like player wise, I was like, you can have it. But character wise, I was like, you do know you're only getting 20% of that, right? And he's just like, what? It's like, yeah, man, you're gonna have to give us 80% of something else, so you can get 20% of that, so you can get 100% of that. He's like, I don't get that math. It's like, yeah, it works. It was so funny. So it's like, shit. Okay, cool. So yeah, right, so we reach a wall, and it's like a big fucking mural of the guy. This massive wizard guy who, in history, fucking fought the Sultan, who I was working for, you know, because Fire Ganassi in the fucking desert world. Can't total. I think it was Sahara we were playing in, which is quite funny because I actually was trying to set a campaign there. But we never knew the actual place. Again, it was just this little village I lived in, and I worked for the Sultan, the guy that killed the bad guy. The guy that killed the fucking place that we were hanging in. I worked for him. So that kind of turned a little bit south at one point. But so shit, can't see on live chat. Cool. So aye. So that no. Right. So aye. Shit. Sorry. Pause. I'm just smoking, but this is quite funny. Like I should have just done a fucking chat and come back and just played Aruna. Because this is more of like a life update rather than me just sitting fucking fanning about. Aye, but anyway, right, so there's a big mural, and it's like a couple of doors, fucking like poltergeist shit. We managed to dispatch it, and we're like, what the hell? So, us being fucking gamers, we summarized that this was a door. Problem was, what kind of door was it? Was it a lift door? Was it a push door? Was it a pull down door? We didn't know. So we spent a wee while, investigating it, and it's like, right, okay, so looking from the grooves, it probably goes up or down. Okay, cool. So the dwarf guy moulded on a couple of handles. We lifted it up, and then we noticed there's a couple of wee hole ports for it. So he fucking just, well, at first he moulded some stuff out to hold it, and we just went under. But it only lasts an hour for that one spell he had, so every hour we had to keep going back and fucking lifting it up and moulding it, and going back and lifting it up and moulding it, 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 until like we were about to leave, and then he fucking actually made an archway. I know, it was so back and forth, it was fucking brutal. But so we find ourselves in another little staircase going down, and now by this point we're traveled about 500 feet down. Like we were going down, some rooms, down, some rooms, down that door, and then down. Okay, so we're really going down. It's like, holy shit, we're like almost under dark, I'm saying. So we get to these two doors. Like, got caught like a fork in the road. Like, so two hallways and a wall again. Another wall that could possibly be a door. So we're like, okay, cool. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So we just kind of get this over, right? So we go into this room. There's one thing, like one sarcophagus. We kill it. Going in the next room. There's like 3 sarcophaguses. We kill it. And we're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So Ken, it's wearing on the day. The day's actually almost over by this point. So we're like, okay, cool. We'll go back. We'll go back and relax. We'll go back and relax, and then try and work out what the fuck we're going on. So we go back, rest. Then in the morning we go in again. Straight away, just bam. After a couple of snide comments of that bitch, obviously. So we go in on the left tunnel. It's like, what we're doing? They're like, oh man, how are we gonna get fucking? Cause how are we gonna open that door? So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So we go to the wall because we think it's a door. Like we're looking at it. There's no grooves, and I'm just like, huh. Like with my hand, just do 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 do. It's hollow. It's hollow. You can hear it. And I push like low down, and the door, instead of like turning that way, it flips a weird sort of diagonal way, and it's like, oh, that's what it is. It's a diagonal door. So yeah, we put a wee wedge in it and go through, and then we find ourselves in another fucking mural. Two hallways. So we go the hallway. It's another mural, other hallway, another mural. So it turns out these two murals on each side are flip doors again, kind of like similar to the door I just pushed, but on the on a flip side. So it's like we go in, looking a bit. There's nothing here. A couple of murals on the wall. It's like nothing here, nothing here. So we go into the other one, same thing, flip door, mural on the wall, nothing here, nothing here. Except a carriage with some skeleton horses. A gold carriage with some skeleton horses. Oh no, it was a chariot. It was a chariot with some skeleton horses. So we're like, right, cool. So we're gonna spend the next 2 days trying to figure out this fucking puzzle. We didn't. Eventually got to the point where we were just touching the mural to try and find stuff. And one of us touched a staff on that mural and got really fucked up to like barely dead. Like it was under 10. I'm pretty sure it was like 5 id, but maybe 7. Like hit points left. Like you got to think we're actually level 12, right? We're hard, and he went from top to 5 in 1 hit, so that was fucking scary. But then we started thinking about it, and then we looked at the front mural that we were trying to, like, because mural, big mural. And I'm like, right, cool. What did you touch? He was like, I touched the staff. The staff from what? The staff in the mural. Like, that staff, like, it showed us that staff there. So it's like, we looked at it, and it's like, so that staff hurt you? It's like, aye. It's like, well, in that mural, the book's on this side, so try touching the book. So I'm no fucking doing that. It's like, just try it. It's like, alright, bam. It lights up and goes, but fades before it reaches the book on the big mural. It's like, so it's a time thing. We've got to do both of them at the same time. Cue montage of us trying to time our fucking button presses. Like this was bad. This was bad. We spent about 2 hours real life time rolling dice and fucking complaining about the fact that it's not working. Like, we really did spend a long time fucking trying to get through that. Like, it was long. Like, oh my fucking god. So we're sitting there, rolling dice, until eventually we rolled the same number. We failed, but we rolled the same number. Because the thing was, we have to pass, like, the roll at the same time. Because, like, one of us, the fighter stood in the hallway and was like, 1, 2, 3, now! And then we'd push it again. And every time one of us either succeeded or failed, or both failed like miserably, but the last time we both failed, but with the same number. So the GM was like, hey, it's the same number, so you might have no timed it with him, but you timed it with each other perfectly. So we're like, yes, fucking happenstance, woohoo. So yeah, we're like, fucking hell, that was amazing. Fucking happenstance, mate. So big old door opens, and we're like, oh shit, what the fuck is that? And then there's this fucking naga, mate. Well, the thing is very slow. Right? So we go in, big ass pool of water, some books, a wee shelf, a door in the back. So we walk in, and here comes this naga out of the water, and it's like, halt, you may not go into my master's keep. It's like, ah, shit, it can speak. The James sort of looked at me, he's like, what? I was like, man, I didn't kill sentient, non-evil creatures. I just don't do it. Unless it's for food, but I ain't gonna eat a fucking naga. So the dwarf also bit onto this. He's like, man, I can't just murder this guy. Because we were sitting having a conversation with him, and he was like explaining to us about how his lord died, and he was the guardian to protect his body. And we had a conversation about, and like all the books on the shelf were written by this guy, because he's been here for like 5,000 years. Like just random wee stories and poetry and tales and all that kind of shit. So it's like, oh wow, that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. But me and the dwarf, we couldn't kill it. We couldn't. Sense wise, like as in heart wise, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. So the fighter's like, what? It's like, yeah, man, we can't just straight up murder this creature. We really can't. He's sentient and he's intelligent and he's not a bad person. We cannot kill this guy. We just can't. No, right now anyway. We need to go and converse with shit. So we leave. We leave. Head up fucking back up to the camp room. She's like, the wifey's like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, we're going back down in the morning, don't worry, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, don't worry. Don't worry. So, fucking end up... So we talked through the night, I end up praying, because I'm celestial fucking warlock. Ken, please fucking didn't let us die. Ken, please let this guy's soul go to fucking a good place. I know it's wrong to do this, but we have to progress forward. Otherwise, we'll never be able to, blah, 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 blah. So we go in, and he's not there. It's like, what the fuck? And just as the fighter takes one step into the room, BAM! He gets whipped with a tail. He's right there. He's like, right there. It's like, what? It's like, how did he know he was coming? He's like, he has detect thoughts. Ah. And he knew you guys were going to come back in the morning. Because you were talking about it. Oh yeah. Shit! So obviously he was prepared for these. Massive fight ensues. Like seriously, fucking BAM! Fucking ends up like trying to scurry away and fucking like BAM BAM! And I'm like fucking summoning radiant sword, like yeah. Bloodhunter, man. Fucking loved it. Like I didn't usually play Unearthed Arcana classes, but this was a game where it's like random your character. What? Random your character. Go to D&D Beyond, click randomize, and then just play with what you get. And it was one of those. And I got a really fucking deadly character out of it. Everybody else got alright. Like the fighter was alright, and the gunner made his. Again, to fit with the fact that we're using a gunner cartographer guy. But me and the fighter, we fucking just randomized our character, and we got really good characters. So it's like, ooh, that's cool. So we managed to beat the naga, kill it, fucking the fighter decapitates it and shit. So we go into the next room, and it's all dusty, going down, and then we see this sort of hallway with like lots of hanging fucking cobwebs and shit. And we're sitting there like, what the fuck? So just as we step forward, what the fuck was that? Fucking blades, mate, blades, like, and it's like, oh shit. So, you've got to dash through them. Like, you get a deck save, and it was only 30 feet, so you could just run through it, but you had to make a deck save. And right, like, here's the thing, right? So this is the food room. Here's the blade trap. And this is where blade trap ends. This is where the stone trap starts, and this is where the stone trap ends. And after that, there was a bit of a funny thing. So it's like, oh wow. So Again, blades, stones, again, like big pillars coming down and crushing and shit. They were easy to dodge, Ken. You didn't, again, because they were all just. But the blades were kind of scary for me, because the thing is, I was a thief. And I just didn't want to go in there. Really, I did not want to go in there because I had a bad feeling. Like, a really bad feeling. So bad that I was actually confirmed when I got past this trap. Okay, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll go. Run, dodge the blades, dodge the stones, get to the end. I'm like, okay, cool. So there's this weird crystal up there with a rune on it. Okay. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna have a look about, scan, see what's happening. It's like, right, cool. Roll whiz. What? Roll whiz? What do you mean? Just roll your whiz save. Okay. Because you said save rather than just roll whiz. What? Roll whiz? Again, a save. You need to add the save. So it's like, okay, cool, save. Oh shit, what's this? So I fail the save, and instantly, I'm like, ah shit, as the light goes boom, fear, run away, into the pillars and into the blades. It didn't kill me. Like, I managed to get through the pillars pretty fine. But I'm stopped just at the blades. Like, because I'd sort of went just beyond 35, as in, like, I dashed all the way through. So, I was, like, when I ran back 30, I was just still in the crushing stones. Barely. Like, my nose was like this with blades as crushing stones were coming down beside me. I was like, fuck! So I'm like, oh shit, right, so cool. Yeah, fine, that's fine. So I'm dodging away, fucking rolling. It's like, right, cool, make a couple of saves, cool, boom, boom. So I managed to push forward again, survive it, get through. It's like, right, cool, boom, fucking hits me again, run back. I'm like, shit, I need to move forward. Okay, and so I'm moving close enough that I'm not running into the pillars every time. So then the fighter decides, I'm gonna go see what's going on. So he runs through. Again, runs up to where the fucking stone hang is, and he's like, what the fuck's that? I'm gonna run up and hit it. So he runs up, doesn't have enough movement, and he's like, shit, boom, runs all the way back. Into the fucking. Eventually, like, we ended up running into the blades, getting hit a bit. So the dwarf guy just starts smashing the fucking blades as he's slowly moving forward. But we eventually, like, get through the blades, so they stop working, and then we're just at the stones and the pulsar. And it's like, okay, cool. So we run up to it. Well, I run up to it, and I'm like, right, cool, I'm gonna hit it with my rapier. The gem's like, a stone, you know? I'm like, yeah, no, nothing else I can do. It's like, roll intelligence. I'm like, okay. You know you could use your shield, right? It's like, yeah, I don't have shield bash. Well, you're fucked then. So we get. I run up to it, take my shield out, and start banging on it. Does fuck all. That's exactly how I'd have done. Fuck all. Which was quite funny. So I'm like, ah, shit. Eventually, like, after about, 5 or 6 turns of getting sent back, running forward, fucking bang, I do 1 damage to it, and I'm like, ooh, I've done 1 damage, and the gem's like, yeah, it's got 10 HP. I'm like, fuck! Ken, it was one of those! So I'm like, fucking, just chipping away at it is fucking, the fighter's running forward and running back. Yeah, no, this was hilariously fucking bad. Just how it went. Like, hilariously bad. So we managed to get through it all. We're like, woohoo, we done good. And we find ourselves in a room with a circle of pillars, kind of like a clock. And it's like, okay, cool. Right, so nobody touch anything. And just as we say that, the dwarf walks up to the big door that leads out, like, away from, like, because we come in one door and there's another door just there, kind of like, we come in here, big circle, door here. And the dwarf walks up to the door to check it, and sets off the trap. The door closes behind us, and we're trapped inside the room, as each of the pillars takes it in turn to cast spells. 12 spells a turn that thing fucking had. Like, there was ways to fucking deactivate it. Like, when it was doing the con spell, it would glow. So you could hit it and knock the con spell off, and then it would take a turn to reset. So you'd get a free turn where that one didn't attack. But the actual attack spell ones we had to break. Luckily, we killed the chromatic orb one pretty quickly. That was like, wow, luck. Happened to just be at the right side where the fucking fighter ran round and just started attacking them. I went up to the door, started investigating shit. I did not touch I did not touch the pillars. I didn't fight the pillars. I was looking for a way out, Ken, because fucking massive hailstones and shit, like a hailstorm in the middle, and you had to like squeeze into the corners to survive it and shit, and like falling on their arses, and it was so funny. But I eventually got to the point where I'm like, let me slap there, and I'm like, cool. This is the key that we found fucking ages ago. Okay, cool. Yeah. We'll go up there. I'll go up there. So I fly up because I've got the boots of flying. Forgot to mention that. I never used them until this point, which is the GM forgot I had them as well because we got 3 magic items at the start. I took a +2 studded leather, a +2 shield, and boots of flying. It's like, why'd you not take a weapon? It's like, I'll find a weapon. I am a weapon. Because radiant fucking sword and shit. But so So we're sitting fighting away now. I managed to get the thing into the thing, and we open it, and so they're breaking the pillars. I open the door, thinking this is the way out. Again, this is going to stop the trap. No, the door opens, and a fucking crazy lich monster is like right there, like right there. Fucking these two statues come to life, and we're like, we're fucked, like really fucked. We were actually like, because of the hail damage and stuff, and the fact we didn't get to have a short rest, or even a long rest, we were so dead, so dead. But we weren't. We managed to hold in. So I fly in sneakily style. He sort of starts targeting me because I'm closest, whereas everybody else just sort of runs in and surrounds him and starts chopping into him. And when they start chopping into him, they're doing insane damage. So I just sort of step out, dead. Sneak attack. I'm like, bam! I got the kill. They're like, you fucking bastard, you stole the kill, you done nothing. It's like, I opened the door. Yeah, you brought us into him. You know, it's one of those. It's like, I opened the door and let the monster out. Fuck you. Yeah, it was one of those. So we're like, yay, we done really good. So we start fucking skirting through all the treasure and this crazy book. Turns out that this entire island we're on was actually a floating island in the Netherese. This was a Netherese temple we were in, an actual place where one of the Netherese sort of outcast someone, and he took his research with him, and this entire city was the culmination of his research. But he was attacked and killed by the Sultan because he was trying to take over, which was like, oh shit. So we found all this out. We also found one of the 12 silver scrolls in one of the... So I sat in the chair, right? They're all looking about, looking for stuff, and it's like, what are you doing? It's like, I don't know, sitting in the throne. Why? I don't care about loot. I'm here to kill things. Make a name for myself, you know. Go down in history as like the greatest hero and shit. I wasn't really. I'm like trying to be Indiana Jones, but I'm playing it cool. I'm like, nah, I'm not interested in any loot right now. He's like, right, cool. What are you doing? I'm just gonna play with the chair. You know, there's probably a secret button somewhere. He's like, here's an investigation check. Nat 20. Yes, you can find the secret button. Out pops a fucking wee shelf, and it's one of the 21 silver scrolls. It's like, wow. So I read it, I lose some health. Fucking the dwarf reads it, gets a migraine, and loses some health. No, wait, no, the fighter reads it, gets a migraine, loses some health. The dwarf learns a cantrip. He literally just learned a cantrip from this fucking scroll. I'm just like, huh, maybe I should, you know, use that scroll. But it was cool. So we're like, right, cool. So we'll spend the night, rest, and go back, because like they were like, oh man, we should head back now. And I'm like, nah. I'm like, what? How no? I was like, nah. What do you mean? It's like, look around. That wasn't the guy we came here for, right? His tomb's dead. No, this is that guy's tomb. This is not the fucking guy we're here fir's tomb. I might say it is all over, but that is not him. Because his body was never found, and when we went into the room, he says, what are you doing defiling my master's tomb? So that's definitely not the master. So we're like, shit. Right, cool. We're going to camp here. And I'm like, right, we're camping here. And then we'll go up in the morning. Why? Just trust me on this, guys. Like, I've got a bad feeling about this. And I'm like, all right, cool. Ken. But generally, when I've got a bad feeling about it, people tend to listen because generally it's experienced talking in the back of my head going, don't fucking listen, don't do that, don't go there, Ken. Because it's just, I don't know. Back on those. Maybe a bit psychotic. But so the GM's like, sure? It's like, yep, cool. So we camp out and then we head back through and head out. And it turns out that fucking there's some footprints and sandy footprints in some of the rooms and stuff we went into. And it's like, oh shit, the carriage isn't there, the chariot isn't there. None of the skeletons are there. It's like, oh no, what do you think happened? I just draw my sword, look at the fighter, and I say, you fucking happened, and walk out. It turns out that that wifey was actually a bad guy and was going to try and kill us and steal our fucking research. You fucking dick. Seriously, like, the entire fight, I'm making snide comments at the fighter. But it turns out fucking she'd totally fucked up our guys. Like, our poor, like, the diggers and stuff we hired, the cook we hired. She had pretty much fucking zombified them. Well, no zombified them, but she'd really done something with them because they were not fucking normal people attacking us. And that's some fucking crazy buffs or something because they were not going down. They just weren't going down, and we were backed into a corner. So much so of a corner that we actually debated about going into the tomb and sealing it with us inside, so she couldn't come in. Because she couldn't get into the tomb. We could. She needed us to get in, but she couldn't get further in without us too. So eventually, when we got to the point where we reached as far as this tomb goes, because mind, it's a giant city on a. This is just a little room on a hill of a giant ass continental city. It's like, holy shit, that's so good. And it'll take us fucking hundreds of years to fucking cover this. We ain't gonna do this in our lifetime. Which is amazing. Again, like, wow, world changing shit that we're not gonna see happen. Amazing. Yeah. But instead of, going into the tomb, see ourselves in, and dying, because I was like, man, if we see ourselves in there, we're gonna run out of oxygen pretty fucking quick. There's a lot of torches in there. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. So I take up, I'm like, nut up or shut up. Nut up or shut up. So I click my heels, fly out. She's in the chariot in the sky, flying about, fucking firing down spells at us. And I'm like, dodge, dodge. Flying up to her, trying to fucking stab her. But because she's in the chariot, she's a bit faster. So I'm flying up, she's moving. I'm flying up, she's moving. I'm flying. So it was a cat and mouse sort of thing until fucking the dwarf shot at her. Which, oh man, it was some weird fucking spell to like break fucking one of her concentration spells. So when that happened, she fucking lost her battle sense. So, like, you know when somebody fucks you over and you end up being like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then you realise, oh shit, I'm surrounded. That's kind of what happened to her, because she's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, and didn't realise I was beside her, and I'm like, stab, 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 stab! Again, stab, sneak attack, stab, yeah, fuck you, bitch, get down! So it kind of went like that for a couple of rounds until we actually floored her, and it was like, holy shit, we've literally just woohoo, woohoo, we've done it, we've done it. And yeah, the next part of the game, we're gonna be uncovering the Foo City if we actually play it again, because it was a sort of 1-2 shot game where it played over 2 days, but it was like the Tuesday and the Wednesday. Okay, so it was like back to back. We didn't stay in the same house. We sort of just went home and then came back. But there wasn't many of us, so we didn't breach rules. I didn't breach any rules anyway. I think we did. Cool. Yeah. So that's that one game. That was great. That was lovely. Sorry. Oh man, it was so good. Like, so good. And like, see, just Because usually when you find stuff, you're like, wait, I'm a hero now. Whereas in that game, it was more, wow, we uncovered something. Like, because we've been working towards it for ages, like, at the start, we were just, like, because we'd been working together for a while, and the GM's like, right, cool, so you can already know each other, and that way, we don't have to go for the bullshit fucking doing stuff when you're high level. So it's like, cool, cool. So, we knew each other, we were working together, and we were just sort of getting on with our shit, which was amazing. Because we found this little scrap of fucking paper, and that's how it led to where we were. Great fun. Okay, so the second game. Hey, did I? Yeah. Oh wait. Oh no, no. Because that's two of the games. That's two of the games. Because I said I had 5 games. Remember? Okay. So game 2, technically 3. Okay. So me and the dwarf from the previous game. I am a monk Kensai, and he is a dragon-born fighter, I want to say. He's not a barbarian, he's a barbarian because he's a fucking envoy. That's the one, and he's like, why are you sending an angry guy to be an envoy? That's his whole thing. He's so pissed off at being an envoy. But we're kind of loosely playing Saltmarsh. Just sort of loosely going through a little bit of the story. Not like actually doing anything. Like I'm a fisherman and like a sailor, and my days are spent amazingly fishing, drinking coffee, watching boats, fixing nets. And that's kind of how the first game went. I woke up, had a coffee, went into the nets, seen a boat arrive with this giant fucking dragon guy. I was like, what the fuck? Never seen one of those before. They were huge. Everybody in town was like, what the fuck is that? So they're all like, what the fuck? And so they're all like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Kind of worried what's going on. And like he comes off the boat and he's like, I need to speak to your king. Like total trying to be all regal and shit. And I'm like, okay, so I'm just like, what the fuck is that? So like after this is quite a funny character moment that actually like drew him to me. So I'm like sitting drinking my coffee. I see him come off the thing. He walks off the boat. I look at my coffee. Look at him. Look at my coffee. Look at him. Look at my coffee again. Spit it out, and then that was my action that entire turn. Like when he because he had loads of social interactions. Again, he was like the guys in the boat coming off the boat, the guys at the pier. Again, the guys at the pier is getting off the pier and onto the mainland. And as he's at the mainland, he's kind of walking about, trying to well, not walking about, but standing as a big circle formed around him, just like hello, whoa, like folk just like. So he's like, hell, can you take me to your leader? And since it was a small village, without a leader, again, because it's a community, it's fucking, like, Edda's the fucking closest to being a leader. And it's like, alright. But they were just like, wow. So he sees me and he's like, excuse me, can you take me to your leader? And I'm like, sure. You want a coffee first? Because he won't be awake. He's like, what is coffee? It's like, right, cool. So I'm going to take him get some coffee. I share a house, like a bunkhouse, with a family and another sailor. It's a family of halflings, and when I turned up, the kids shot themselves and ran away. It was quite funny. It's like, oh dear, I did not mean that. Fucking stupid me. So we had coffee, went to see my boss, who ran my ships. He was sort of a fisherman, but he's like branching into trading. And so I worked for him, and it was quite funny. Because like we go in and it's like, right, cool, so you need to go to the capital. It's like, yeah, well, you probably need to make some money because you ain't going to get to the capital without money. And it's like, wait, what? You're not going to give us a job? He's like, nope. See you tomorrow. I'll have an interview with you. It's like, oh fuck. So we go to town. We go to one of the pubs, like one of the pubs I like, because there's this bridge that gives folk any like elves or anything like that, like a weird sense when you cross it. And I don't like crossing that bridge, so I don't when I have an option. So it kind of got to the point where I was like, right, so we're in the pub, and he's getting hassled for the pubbies, because it's a fishing village pub. Again, it's not like the pub across the bridge, which is a big old pub, big old tavern and shit. No, this is where the sailors go, or where the rowdy guys go. So it's like, fuck, we're fucked. So we head in. He tries the fucking crab intestine fucking vodka. That sounds disgusting. Probably tastes even worse. But yeah, we had that. Didn't like it, so we ended up leaving and going to the bigger tavern across the water, which kind of really fucked me over. Didn't really, it just sort of made me feel queasy, but I had to come back, so that really fucked me up. So yeah, he gets a room, fucking we have a party, get told steaming all night, woohoo, woohoo, party, party. And yeah, it turns out that, right, so yeah. So next game morning, it's like, cool, I'm going to have a coffee, I'm going to go do my usual thing. What's your usual thing? Stand at the dock and watch any ships come in, drink my coffee and just relax, just general morning stuff. It's like, right, cool, you can do that. It's like, yeah, cool. So we end up going to see the boss, and he's like, you should probably go see fucking Edda and maybe some other folk, Ken, just because if you're wanting to set up trade, because he's from like as far away land, so he's wanting to set up trade with fucking us. And like, because we deal mainly in fish, it's like perishable, whereas he was looking for like non-perishable. So it's like, okay, cool, we can do it. It's just we're going to have to work around it. Like my boss can do that, so it's cool. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not a damn me. I'm a fucking seller. So we go see Edda, and she's like, oh, wait, is it Edda? It was the fucking copper top or some shit. It was like the dwarven wifey. And she's like, oh, a lot of my guys are like, if you're looking for money, I can give you some money, like 50 gold for doing a wee quest for me. It's like, what's the quest there? It's like, there's this fucking mansion that my guys are kind of superstitious about, and they kind of avoid it, and because they're avoiding it, it's taking them an extra hour to get to work and get home. It's like, oh, damn, that's not good. So we decided we're going to go investigate this haunted mansion. And, oh fuck, I actually came the wrong way. Oh dear, back this way. So we go and investigate. So we're sitting cutting a boob. Nothing. First floor, not really much, Ken. Nothing major. Second floor. Oh wait, no. First floor, nothing. We didn't go up to the second floor, but there was apparently someone up there. We looked around, found a way into the basement, and we took it. Where we happened upon a group of bandits. Bandits. We fucked them up, tied one of them up, found out loads of information about the place. There was a den of thieves in the secret wall just behind them. And it's like, right, cool, so we're going to go in and go kick the shit out of some thieves. That did not happen. Anyone that's played the Ghost of Saltmarsh will realise that it's built for a party of 4 to 6 people. Not 2. Not 2. Not gonna lie. Not 2. The thing is, the GM was like, I'll just get an extra level, that'll balance it out. It's like, it didn't. It really fucking didn't. But we'd stocked up on potions, so we were kinda alright. Well, no, we didn't actually at that point. We hadn't stocked up on potions. So we were looking about and we found a couple of potions, because we actually had to use potions at one point. So in one of the fights we ended up having to use the potions, and we're like, shit, we have no potions now. Cool, so we'll just push on. I had 3 hit points at this time. 3 hit points. 3 hit points. And none of us could heal. None of us knew medicine. None of us could do any fucking thing like this. So, yeah. I ended up using okay, so how we use the potions. Okay, so we go into the basement. There's a fucking dark tunnel. Some weird things going around. We end up walking around the wrong way, getting hit by acid. So that's when that's when he takes his potion because he gets fucked up by the acid. I get fucked up too, but I just sort of take off my top and throw it down because I'm like, fuck that shit. I can, but it still takes an action today. but I'm not using a potion. So I've still got my potion, he's not got his. So we sort of give away our position, and the thieves attack us. So the two comes round. He charges the one at the back. I charge the one next to him to try and draw the two round. He gets fucked up. I knock out that guy, and I move in to cover him. He gets shot, doesn't die, kills that guy. Wait, no, he doesn't. That guy runs away. He ends up going, fuck that, and charging at the other two. I go, fuck that, and charge after the other guy, kill him, come back, and just as I come back, they two are now one, and that one is moved round, and he's chasing him. But as he's chasing him, another two come round the corner and floor him. So he's floored. He's KO'd. He down. He ain't getting back up from that shit. So I'm like, fuck, potion, get up, come on, let's go. So we're like, fuck, we need to get out of here, because there's a mage. We didn't realise there was a mage. There's like, what, 3 guys left now, out of the entire group of them. So we're like, fuck it. So we run away, outside, run, find a wee place to camp. We can still see the house, Ken, we're like, we can still see the house, but we're sort of encamped. And a couple of trees, and fucking... we're actually up in the trees, which is quite funny, because... So what happened was, me being a sailor, I tie a bon up, throw up over a branch, grab the bon up, loop it around itself, and just slide tie it, so it's taking its same weight, and then pull myself up, like on a ship, you know, like what you would do on a ship. I put myself up. So I hand it down to him, he's like, ugh, Foz. It's like, try and put the bomb between your legs and pull yourself up? Nah, Foz. He's like, I'm just gonna try and climb it, Foz. It's like, I was like, right, cool, tie the rope on. So I tie the rope on, climbs it, Foz. It's like, man, you aren't getting up here, are you? He's like, no, I don't think I am. Like, seriously, for like a good while, he spent fucking falling. Eventually, he does get up. And you're just like, woohoo. So we're in the tree sleeping. And we're like, what, 3/4 into our long rest. Nobody's keeping watch. My ears prick up. I'm like, ooh, I hear something. Because I'm a transcend, I'm an elf. So I'm like, my ears prick up. I'm like, ooh, what's this? Turns out this guy tracing our steps about 5-10 feet behind us. Like, well, no, 5-10 feet, like quite a bit, like 20 feet. But he's moving towards us. He is moving towards us. So as he's moving towards us, I'm like, nudge the fucking fire. And the fire's like, takes his javelin. I take out my bow. We both fucking fire at him. So he flies javelin. Boom, right in the guy's stomach. Doesn't he die? I fire my arrow. Misses. I'm like, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm getting to that point. Like, I really am, because I'm getting fucked up. So I'm like, fuck. So the fire just jumps at the tree and runs and beats the shit out of him. Yeah, done. So we go back in the tree sleeping. yeah, like we went back into the same tree with a body right below us and went to sleep. Yeah, like, completely stupid. However, there was only 3 of them left, so we knew we had 2 left now. Which was amazing. So yeah, we ended up going back in, making our way down, sneaking back into where we'd seen the mages and shit. Nobody. But we did hear footsteps coming, so we sort of hide. And then just as, like, the mage comes round the corner, we jump him. Which was hilarious, because he was like, oh, I didn't expect you guys to come back. It's like, expect the unexpected. That was a barbarian saying that. It's like, oh man. But this is the guy that played the dwarf, so he's kinda alright player, but he's not experienced and he's quite anxious about shit. Like, he'll look at his sheet like 40 million times, and when it comes to his turn, he'll still no ken what he wants to do, because he's like, oh, I could fuck up. And it's like, yeah, you could. How many times did I fuck up? And he's just like, oh yeah, I know, but it's different. It's like, how's it different with you and me? How is me and you different? And he's like, oh, I've got anxiety. It's like, everybody's got anxiety, mate. I've got anxiety. But he's a good player. And a little anxious about a lot of stuff. But Yeah, so yeah, we're totally we cleared the place. Find out that there was like a fucking yeah, no, right. So I've done that. So we're like, oh, what the fuck? So we're like, right, cool. So we cleared the fees bit. We're gonna clear the rest of the house. So we clear the rest of the house. Turns out there's no fucking monsters or nothing. Thank fuck for that. We'd have died. And we're like, cool. So we head back. Oh wait, no. We're heading back. We waited until morning and began to head back, and that's where the game ended because we didn't actually head back yet. At the end, the game was sort of like, oh, I don't know if I can keep playing this. There's only two of yous. Yous will die. It's like, I didn't mind dying. I didn't mind dying. It's like, oh, alright, cool, fun. So that's technically game 3. Booyah. Booyah, baby. Ugh. Wait, was that 3 or was that 3 and 4? That was 3, I think. That was 3. Cool. It was alright. It was. I really hope we get to continue it because, like, I don't usually play monks. There was a monk and it was good fun. And in the previous game, I could fly, and that was good fun. Ah, my nose. The fourth game was a sort of short, wee game, like 4 hours. That is what I call a short game. See, even most of you fucking people on fucking internet and shit, you're all like, oh man, 3 hours, 3 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. That's fucking D&D. None of your pissy 3 hour crap. That really pisses me off. Like, that's why I can't watch fucking. Well, actually, the reason I can't watch fucking Critical Role is because I really cannot watch something I'm not participating in. Like, I really can't watch D&D if I'm not participating. You know, it's just, why the hell would I want to do that? Oh, but you enjoy the journey with them. I don't enjoy any of that journey. I'm sitting there going, you guys are all fucking stupid. Like seriously, like I'm the type of person that if you say a roll, like see somebody goes roll your con, and you're like, cool, my con's 4, roll. By the third time you've been asked that, I'll have memorized what your con is. No joke, no joke, no joke. Like this was what happened in like the Wii 4 game. This is a perfect example of it. So fucking, it was. We were in a sort of druid sanctuary. There was 2 of us were druids. It was me. Oh wait, I played 6 games. Or did I? No, I did. I totally did. I played 6 games. It was just a couple of hours. Like, so it was me and this other guy that we play with, who plays the next game. So we're sitting like, it was just like a. He really wanted to know about druid stuff, so the GM just sort of made a wee druid fucking enclave quest for him, Ken, where he had to go out and try and get his fucking staff. And I was like one of his fucking teachers. I was a level higher than him, but we were not leveled for that shit. Like, and we're both Circle of the Moon. That's why I'm the teacher. I hate the Circle of the Moon. Which the GM thought was hilarious. He's like, oh wow, so you can be a druid. I was like, sweet, dreams. I was like, what? I was like, dreams. It's like, what? It's like, if I ever go druids, it's dreams. Druidy dreams. It's like, no, you need to be the moon, man. He's the moon. I was like, fuck. um, so we just sort of went around and fucking collected certain berries and like certain bits of dirt and some moss and a strip of bark from a tree, and we had to fucking like, oh man, this is cool. This is actually pretty fucking cool. So it's like we'd collected all our stuff, and he'd go on his wee packing, and it's like cool. So all we need's the fucking this like how was it explained to us again? The in the cave of. In the cave of I can't remember what the cave's name was. It was like Cave of Skulls, Cave of Morn, or some shit. It was like an actual weird name for it. But again, it was like a death name. We're like, oh, I don't know if I want to go in there. Um, but again, we had to. So we had to go in there and take the elixir of death away from the occupant. It's like, okay, well, fuck. So we go in. It's like, sneaky sneak. We both turn into rats to sneak in, which was a totally bad idea, because you can kind of guess what happened. So, we're sneaking in. A couple of giant spiders over there. It's like, oh shit, ah shit. Hide, as a wee rat. Try sneaking. It's like, by this point, we were actually so far into the hingway that there was no way to make it back before our fucking well shape turned off. So we were fucked. Like, oh my god. Like, so fucked. So, and like the GM's like, this is a bad idea the entire time. This is a bad idea. And it's like, nah, man, we're cool, we got this. And he's just giving me the look, yeah, like fuck you off. And I'm like, dude, man, it's fine. We're good. Don't worry. And he's just like, I know something you don't know. And it's like, yeah, I know something you don't know either. It's fine. Ken, like really winding him up with it. So fucking one of the spiders actually sees me, and fucking finally fucking comes over and kills me. I pop into fucking existence, and I'm like, oh shit, kills the rat I was, and pops into me. I'm like, ah shit, brown bear. So I turn into a bear, not realizing that because now I've got a bigger, like, I realized it as soon as I'd done it, but when I was doing it, I didn't think about it. So, um, so when you're yourself, you've got 5 foot, so that's 8 squares can attack you. Okay, okay. But when you're a bear, 12 people can attack you because you've got 4, 3, 3, and 2. I did not. I didn't. Wait, is it? Was it 9? No. Wait, what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's 13. 13. It was more than fucking usual, and I got fucked. So much fucked. I was downed and put into a fucking web cage. And fucking right, so he's Welsh, it's bit to run it, so he goes and hides and it pops back out and he's back at himself hiding. See me in the fucking hing spinning round. And he's like, fuck's sake. Totally. The teacher is the one in the web. So he ends up like sneaking over, cutting me down. We start sneaking. Like some of the spiders are like dealing with stuff, but some of them are sleeping. So we're killing them slowly and quietly, like really slowly and quietly, like one. We work our way through, and we're at the fucking giant spider. And it's like, shit, so how we got this? We can't kill it. It's just too big. So we're gonna have to just bleed some fucking poison for it. Now, luckily, we came prepared. Because we were given like a jar with a bit of like leather on the top, and like we were told this is what you use to collect the draft of death, or whatever they fucking called it. It was a weird fucking funny name. And it's like, all right, cool. So we're like, what do we do? So he's like, right, cool. I've got one wild shape left. You've no, so I'll go in, hold the jar up, put it up. Well, no. Now, this is his plan. So I'll go in, hold the jar up, and put it up. And I'm like, I've got no wild shapes left, so why don't I do it? It's like, yeah, but I've got to collect it as my quest. And I'm like, touche, motherfucker, touche. Which was a bad call, in all honesty. Because... So you had to do a deck save to try and catch the fang. You done it. But because of my inability to roll perception checks, I'm not lying about this. You give me a perception check, there is a 99.9999999 chance I will fail it. It's just fucking genetics. I don't know. I just can't roll perception for some reason. Like when I need to. Like I can roll perception, just not when I'm desperately dire and need to. So he's catching it, and I'm looking a bit like. And then I get jumped by these spider, like, I get just, it's like, oh no! So they really fuck me up, I'm a bit deed, I'm total smacking them away with shillelagh, yeah boy, shillelagh! Fucking keeping them away, and he's fucking milking the fucking spider. He's got like, what was it, like 3 turns or something, he had to successfully keep doing the deck saves to catch the fucking fang, otherwise he'd get hit by it and have to deal with the poison. And that poison was no joke. Like, that poison could have killed us like that. I'm not joking, like, that poison was deadly. As in, like, there was, what was it? It was like D3 plus 5 or some shit. And that was enough to kill me. And I was a level higher than him. So, we were kind of fucked. But, so, batter away. Finally, we fucking, yes. So we batter away, and then, like, he's like, yeah, I've done it. I was like, right, cool, run. So we both fucking scamper. Him, being a fucking arsehole, turns into some fucking dog creature thing that's fast as fuck. So he runs it. He's like, cool, jar in pocket, dog, bye. Again, it wasn't a dog, it was like a wolf or some shit. I end up calling him a dog breath prick in the fucking head. So he turns into a dog, runs. I'm like, shit, run! Spiders all behind me. I'm like, no, you'll never take me alive, fuckers. Like, by this point, I have no spells. My cantrips are pretty much useless except shillelagh, but I'm trying to use my action to dash to try and keep ahead of them. So I managed to. There was a couple of times where I nearly fell into web and shit. When nobody to help me. If I fell into that web, I was gone, dead, game over. So fucking managed to make it out, and it's like, wow, oh, we made it. So we go back to the druid circle. And he's like, right, cool. I've got the stuff, sir. So beginning to craft the fucking staff and shit, and he gets his druidic staff, and it was pretty cool, like, cause like usually when you play games, you didn't go through a character's fucking class, like subclass acquisition. If you know what I mean? Again, like you didn't usually just go, and it's never. Like, it's like usually when you're playing D&D, it's like, oh, I've leveled up, cool, I can pick a subclass. Whereas this game was him doing his like he was level 2, he didn't have a subclass, and we had to go get his subclass. And it was just such a nice way of working it, because it was like, cool, so you could actually get to level 5 without picking a subclass, because you haven't found someone to teach you it yet. And that made me think about a really interesting thing, again, that I might implement in one of the games that I might be running. That you can take a subclass until you find somebody to teach it, and then go through the fucking teaching. Now, that's going to be fucking brutal to run on with a party, but fuck 'em. I think it's a good idea, and I would try it. Because it worked, and it felt fucking intense as shit, because this was to get his character subclass, and it wasn't hard, like, well, it was fucking hard. It was insanely hard for what we were at that time. But if you've got a better party with you, it's fucking easy. It would have been a lot easier. Like, if we had a frontline tank, then it would have been good. If we had somebody with sneak attack, it would have been good. Again, just we So I'm like, ooh, that's a really good idea. I think I'm gonna move forward with that with myself. Cool. On to game 5. Holy shit. Game 5. Game 5. Game 5. Game 5. Okay, so I'm a fighter called Woof Endowed. I'm a Goliath. In the party, there is an elf. I think he's a fucking wood elf. Maybe a high elf. I don't. No, he's not a high elf. He's not got a cantrip. So he's a wood elf. Is he a wood? No, he's got extra movement. He's definitely a wood elf, and he's got the fucking hiding. Okay, so it's a wood elf. There is a crazy fucking cleric. A fucking what was his god again? It was some weird god that wasn't in fucking D&D. I think it was Heimdall. You know, the Norse guy. Anyway, fuck it. It was quite weird. It was quite weird, like fucking just the way it worked. So we kind of work in this village, to build it up and fucking, you know, we're working for like the king and shit, and it's like cool. So the king's like, right, cool. I want this barrel. I need a giant barrel. It's like okay, but it has to be magical. It's like okay. Where do we get it? He's like, right, cool. Go to the dwarves. It's like, where are the dwarves? Up the mountains. All right, what mountains? Those ones. Those ones that were like 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. It's like, what? No, it wasn't 2 weeks, but it was about 2 weeks to get there. So it's like, okay, cool. So we start walking. Start snowing. It's like, alright, keep walking. I'm glad I didn't care. They're all starting to freeze. Like, the elves like, and the fucking human in his chainmail, fucking cleric guy's like, all moving forward. And I'm just like, mountain born, baby. Mountain born. So, we come up. So we're walking about and we hear this. So what the fuck's that? Fucking red dragon wormling. What the fuck? So we're like, so we're like, shit. What do we do with a red dragon fucking wormling? Okay, so like we were, what level were we? I think we were like 3 when we fought it. Yeah, no, we were 3. And there was 3 of us, and it was really tight, but we managed to beat it. So we're like, cool, we beat it. Oh, Data Crane, baby. Fuck yeah, I think I've beaten this one though. But anywho, it's me. So we'll fight it. We beat it. Again, quite close call. It goes to fly off and fucking. One else throws a javelin through. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I didn't have any javelins. I didn't take them. I was like, fuck javelins. I got firebolt. Nice knife. I'm a fucking Eldritch Knight, mate. I ain't need none of your crap. Oh, it doesn't have effect. Okay, cool. So we end up like beating it and stuff. But just as we're about to fucking like cut body parts off, and because like one of them was like, oh man, I could use a wing for a cloak, that'd be so cool. The DM's like, oh man, the body bursts into flames and nothing is left but charcoal, like a charcoal skeleton. And everybody's like, what? He pretty much done it so that we wouldn't be able to harvest the dragon parts. But me being me, I'm like, woohoo, dragon charcoal. I could put that in my fire and the fire will burn forever. Just for the record, in this game we have slaves. Just for the record, I have someone at home that cooks for me, and they are a slave. I treat them proper. I taught them our language, so that, you know, we could talk to us. I bought them fucking cooking sets and shit. See, I've been treating things really nicely, but it fucking hates me. I don't know why. Probably because I've got charisma -1. Ugh. Anyway, so we kill it. So we're traveling along, and we get to this open bit, and far off in the far distance there seems to be like a wee house or some shit. So it's like, ooh, something over there. So it's like, cool, go check. So just as we wrong button. Just as we start to draw a bit closer, James like, cool, perception check again, because yeah, perception, see if you see what's there. Nat 20, baby, nat 20. So what I see is fucking like 3 hot fucking blonde chicks coming out of a building, jumping in a hole, climbing out the hole, rolling in the snow, going back in the building. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like, right, cool. So I end up heading over, like, enthusiastically a bit too quickly because I freaked them out. So I start running over. I'm like, hey, can we join you? And they're like, no, into the hut. Which turns out to be a sauna. So they're doing fucking some sauna ritual thing. It was like a total winter ritual that they were doing to like to disperse the snow at the end of winter. They were sort of doing some ritual for it. But the dad comes out and he's like, hey, you stay away from my kid. It's like, hey man, we're just looking to stay warm. I've got 2 friends here who are freezing to death. And he's like, nah, fuck yous. It's like, well, fair enough. We'll leave. But the cleric guy's like, right, cool. Tell me where the dwarfs are. And he's like, I don't know. So he slaps him. It's like, I don't know. Falls to the ground. He starts kicking him. Old wifey comes up with her stick. She's like, silly you boy, you better fucking leave my boy alone or don't be fucking dealing with me. And so he grabs a stick over. And like she struggles, but it breaks. Kenny breaks the stick, and she's like, "You broke my walking stick." So he tries to fix it with a nail and a nail, but you know, once a stick's broke, you can't really fix it with it banding it with metal. Well, you can, but it's never as strong as it used to be. So, oh, what the fuck? Was I here before? Looks like it. Yeah, I've definitely been here before. Hmm. Huh, I don't think there's anything up there. Nice. Cool. So, yeah, fucking, so, I'm, like, he's like, right, so where's the fucking dwarfs? And she's like, up in the mountains. Inside. She's telling the truth. He's like, right, cool. I'll no kill you then. Unfortunately for us, too nice. Far too nice. So, me being me, I go up to her and I'm like, here's 2 gold. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't expect him to hurt your son. Just let bygones be bygones and we'll be on our way. Sorry for, you know, fucking your son up. And here's, yeah, that's fine. So we leave, thinking, nothing major about it. Thinking, yep, that's fine. We're cool. Nothing's gonna happen. Unbeknownst to us, that lady takes that 2 gold to a cabin. Oh no, it was a cave. She takes it to a cave where there's a little bowl sitting out front. And she drops a couple of coins. She drops the coins into said bowl. Now, the GM let us hear this because, well, he's a bit to do something really cool. So we're sitting there, and the GM's very cool. So the lady goes up, she drops the coins in the bowl, and she's like, "Oh, mighty hill bear, I beseech you to avenge my son. I seek vengeance." It's like, oh shit. And then it cuts to us. And then, oh man. Right, so it cuts to us, we keep walking. Suddenly, like about 20 minutes later, after like maybe 20 minutes, half an hour later, after this scene happened, there's a knock on the front door of the guy's house. I'm not even joking about this. This is fucking insane. Like, how he done this, I don't know. But, so there's something we usually play with. There's a guy we play with there. One of the guys that was in the Strad campaign with us is at the door. It's like, hey dude, what's up? It's like, oh, I'm here for the game. What do you mean? Oh. So it looks a bit. It's like, we were playing D&D, right? It's like, yeah, we were playing D&D. Are you in this campaign? The GM just starts laughing. He's like, cool, everybody roll perception. It's like, what? Roll your perception. So we roll perception. We do alright, but no good enough to actually, know what's going to happen. But we see a bear far off in the distance, sort of coming towards us. And it's like, alright, alright. So we sort of stand and watch it for a wee bit as it gets closer and closer. And it's like, that's a bear, right? Yep, that's a bear. Cool. So I'm like, cool, firebolt. Fuck off, bear. Misses it. Bear just stands up, starts running, like sprint running. I'm like, shit. I didn't know bears can sprint. Fucking fireball. Hits it square in the face. At this point, it's like, shit, that's no a bear. Oh crap! What are we into? I'm going straight up. As he gets closer, like within about 60 feet or some shit. It's like, what one of yous hit the drunk guy? Instantly, I'm like, oh shit! She hired a guy to come assassinate us. That bitch. And like, as soon as he says it, I'm like, oh, that bitch, him. Just straight away, I was like, him. He fucking hit the guy. You want to deal with him? Go for it. So the cleric's like, what? It's like, yeah, man, you fucking done that yourself. We did not want you to hit that guy. You hit him yourself, so you have to deal with the consequences. And he's just like, you guys suck. It's like, nope. So he runs up. We back away. Well, the elf doesn't really back away. He fucking ends up drawing a fucking bow and going in for the attack. But he's like, stay out of this or I'll kill you. And the elf's like, okay, I will stay out of this. And he sort of backs away. I grab a beer. Was that beer? It was some form of alcoholic substance. I grabbed that and end up just sort of sitting watching the fight, which was quite funny. Because the GM's like, you're not going to participate in this fight? It's like, nah. If he kills him, he kills him. You know, fair fight and all. I'm not going to participate in murdering some guy who's just trying to avenge some dude's honor, like that. So so he slaps him. The fucking cleric draws his mace. He pulls it. Right, so the cleric draws his mace, hits him with it pretty quick, like bam, bam. The barbarian sort of steps back and he's like, oh, are we doing this? And pulls out a fucking great axe. And he's like, ready my action. He steps forward, I'm gonna fuck him up. Because he backed away. So it was kind of like, ooh, wow, this is gonna be interesting. So, yeah, like, it turns out so he ends up not attacking and end up, like, being like, well, I kind of deserve that, not randomly slapping some poor dude in the fucking wilderness, you don't know who fucking relate to and shit, and it's like, yeah, totally. That's why I was like, just step back, let this happen myself. But it turns out he is the Vengeance Bear. What the fuck, right? The Vengeance Bear. Oh, fucking cool name. And he just lives in the forest. Well, he's a fucking. He basically just lives in the woods. Lives in that cave and gets handed offerings to go beat the shit out of people. And it's called the Vengeance Bear. That's exactly what it is. And it was just really funny, like watching it, because it's like, what? Because he was the Vengeance Bear. Okay, cool. But he was really not socially, like, he'd never lived in society before. He'd never been in a town before. So we're like, okay, cool. So he's like, well, I've been in the dwarfs. I can take you there. It's like, right, cool. So we hire him as a guard. Like, I give him a 50 gold gem to sort of take us there and get us back to our village. And he's like, right, cool. I'll take that bit. So he takes the money and we're like, cool. Kenny, what a quick story. No, we're near done, by the way. Ah, shit. Yeah. So he's leading us through this gorge, And it's like, right, cool. And it's like, I smell fucking orcs and goblins. And it's like, oh dear. So me being an Eldritch Knight, I'm like, familiar, bam, go have a look a bit, tell us what's there. And it turns out there's like 6 goblins and shit. So it's like, oh dear, goblins. That's not good. That's not fun. But what sets it off again? Ah, okay. So we grab the elf. We grab him and we yuck him 30 feet up into there, and he gets up onto the ridge. Because we're in like a total crack in the ice. It's like a walkway and it goes up in stages, like a total, like a gorge, kind of like a really deep ice gorge. It has never thawed in hundreds of years. So it's like cool. So the elf gets up. I'm right, cool. Let's do it with the cleric. So we try it with the cleric and he fails, and that's what gives us away. So the goblins start attacking us and shit. And it's like, right, cool. So I get hit by a fucking spell for the wizard over on that side, and I'm like, right, cool. I'm going to action surge. I'm going to move, dash, action surge up the wall. And I basically go right into the goblin's face, like, next turn, bitch. Next turn. It's quite funny. Like, that's exactly what I did say to him. I was like, next turn, bitch. Next turn. Obviously, the goblin didn't know what turns are, because, you know, that's meta fucking commentary right there. But we were kinda... Like, the thing is, we could easily kill them. There's 4 of us. Like, 4 hard fucking big burly guys. Well, 3 big hard burly guys and 1 wee skinny elf. So we could have easily taken them. Well, we did easily take them. But it went a lot more south than it did before. So the hard one, I'm sitting the whole night like roll, miss, roll, miss, roll, miss, roll, miss, roll, miss. Hit 1 like fucking 4 damage, minimum damage. Every time I hit, it was either minimum damage or a missed, and I was getting really pissed off with it, player wise and character wise. So much so that it eventually got to the point where one of them was running away, and I'm like, firebolt, not firebolt, not firebolt, not. Ken, you know when you're just like, yeah, today is not my day. Today is not my day. I have not rolled a successful roll all day except for when I saw those naked ladies, which I'm grateful for. You know, I'm grateful for that. But you know, I'd rather be able to hit someone sometime. You know, and be able to be like, bam. So we managed to deal with the goblins, and we're like, right, cool. So how further up is it? Cool. It's another couple of days travel. So it's like, right, cool. So we're traveling. So we're like, right, cool. We can't sleep on the ice. We're going to freeze to death because they'll freeze to death. And the barbarians fucking covered in fur, so he'll not freeze to death. But the elf and the cleric are going to freeze to death. So we see a fucking we see a wee cave up in the ice sheet. Again, it was just an ice cave, wasn't it? Like an actual cave. Which we found out when we started lit a fire and everything started melting. Like, this is the ultimate mishap right here. I'm not gonna lie. So, we're in our little cave. Well, no, actually, this is right. So cool. So to get up to the cave, we had to like climb up a verge. We were not doing it. So it got to the okay, so the barbarian threw up a javelin with a rope attached. The elf was light enough to fucking manage to get up there. He tied it to a tree. The barbarian climbed up. He gave the boost a boost to the elf to the next level, so he could actually get into the cave. He tied the fucking rope off. Cool. We captured one of the goblins. Well, we didn't capture the cleric. Spared the dying on one of the goblins, so we had someone to interrogate, but he hadn't woken up yet. So I'm carrying him because I'm a Goliath. So we start climbing up the rope. I fall, land on the little goblin. He has to spare the dying again. He's like, right, cool. I'm gonna go up first, and then you hand me up the goblin. So he goes to climb up, falls, climb up, fall, takes damage, climbs up, falls, takes damage, climbs up to the second level, falls, takes damage. We were not getting up there. So eventually the cleric, after losing like 20 old hit points, like a lot of hit points, because he fell like 6 times or some shit. It was like fucking fell, no damage, fell, no damage, fell, 1 dice of damage, fell, 2 dice of damage, and he just kept bam, bam, bam. Like seriously, it was so funny. I'm sitting there like, uh. Yeah, man, Shillelagh's a bonus action. What? Yeah, man, bonus action attack. What? Oh, you back at the spider bit? If you're back at the spider bit, then fucking yeah, man. Like Shillelagh and bottom back. But so he kept falling, he kept falling, he kept falling. So he gets up and he's like, right, cool, your turn. I'm like, cool, tie the rope around me, pull me up. Now I'm 300 pounds. I'm the biggest in the group. And I'm like, pull me up. So they're struggling. They're like, oh no, oh no. Because of the barbarian and the cleric having high strength, it wasn't a struggle, but it became a struggle after what the fucking elf just does. So as they're sort of pulling me up, they was like, cool, I'm gonna set a fire. Fire. It's like, cool, put some stones from that, boom, 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 boom. The fire goes out. He's like, wait, the fire just went out. Okay. Cool, man. So yeah, it's like the fire goes out, and he's like, oh wow, there's a pool of water in the bottom of this. So I'll put the sticks there. I'll put the rocks under the sticks so the water drains away from the sticks, so we can have a fire. It's like I'm sitting there the entire time, like I'm not up there. I can't say anything. Okay. So I'm sitting there. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. So I finally get up as the fire's raging, and it's like, right, cool. Drip, drip. The heat, the fire is melting the ice cave around us. It's actually melting the cave. None of us are realizing in this at the moment. It's like, huh, I'm wet. Ooh, it's cold. It's warm next to the fire, so heat up. And then the GM rolls, like, so we're sleeping. And then the GM rolls for a shift. Like, well, he rolled something, and basically fucking the shelf that was above us fell onto us and slid down the fucking, because it just turned into water, and we were just so we nearly got crushed, we nearly drowned, and we were buried under soaking ice that was quickly freezing on top of us, so we had to like batter our way out. We get out, and we're like, fucking hell. Okay, let's keep going. Let's just push on. So we push on. We get to a fork in the road, take the wrong way, come up against this big wooden structure. It's like, shit, what's this? Familiar, go have a look. Bugbears. Okay, let's leave. Other way. So we go back, fucking head up into the mountain. We're still in the ice gorge at the moment, but we're almost out of it. But we've got one night left to spend in it. So we're looking around. We find another cave a bit higher up this time, and it's like, oh god. And pretty much, yeah, the same thing ensues. We try and climb up, fall, 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 try and climb up. Oh, hey, one has made it. 3 to go. Again, it was that the entire time. Until it got to my turn and I was like, pull me up. And they're just like, you lazy bastard. It's like, yep. So they pull me up and we set the goblin in the back corner and we just sort of get ready to sleep. And then the GM's like, you're not going to set a watch? You're not going to set a watch? It's like, aye. Familiar. Wake us up if anything comes. Wake us up if anything hostile comes. Exact wording was pretty specific on that. So sleep. Peck. What? Peck. What the fuck? Oh, fucking Raven. What's up? What did they call him? It was like Ornvis or some shit. I don't remember. Well, I do remember. It was Ornvis. But you know, doesn't really matter. It's a fucking Raven. Again, it's not fucking familiar. It's the same one. So it's peck. What the fuck? Look at the boot. It's like, what is it? And it's like, look at him. It's like shaking its head. I'm just like, what's it say? Like, what's it say? And it's just like, I don't can. I'm not going out there. you can't make me. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, you're fucking useless. Bamf. Bad move. Bad move. Goes bamf. Makes a sound. So all I hear is it's like, oh shit, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Turns it I'm a claw hairs. And went on the top of the cave and begins to rip it. And then that's when we realise we're actually still in an ice cave. Thankfully we never lit a fire, but you know, we're really in an ice cave and it's getting its roof torn off. So I wake everybody up pretty quickly. I'm like, fucking hell, fucking monster. And they all get up, we grab shit, fucking can't put our armour on, because heavy armour. Can't put that on. So I grab my shield, then I grab my flail, because I'm a fucking warlock and I can bam. So fucking grab my shield, run it. Wait, no, am I a warlock? No, I'm an Eldritch Knight, bam. Cool. Just clarifying. Cool, so I run out. No, I don't run it first. So the cleric runs out, sees a chimera, tries to use Toll of Dead, and doesn't really hurt it. Next out is the barbarian, and he jumps out and fails his jump, like, because like there was like a small like a fucking 2-foot gap or some shit. You could step over it, but he was like, I'm gonna jump over the gap. So cool, roll athletics. Not one. So he's like straight down to the bottom. It's like, oh shit. My turn. So I'm like, cool. So I run it, go around beside the cleric. I'm like, oh shit, it's a fucking chimera, mate. So I circle around to get 3 targets to fly at, so it doesn't continue destroying the cave where the fucking goblin and the elf still are. The elf decides to hide in the cave, because of course he does. He's a thief, so he's like, I'm hide, and if I see it, I'm gonna shoot it. If I see its face, I'm gonna shoot it. It's like, right, cool, it's got 3 faces, but not acknowledged. If you see a face, you're gonna shoot it. It's like, cool. Okay, so the cleric, what did he do? It was something. It was like a challenge or some shit. It was like, come here and fight me, bitch, and it came in here. It just went and flew at him. So it starts attacking him, starts hurting him. So I sort of step in as the fucking Goliath tank guy, and I'm like, boom, shield, flail, bam. Every turn, just bam, bam. I get hit, bam. Again, like I didn't get really fucked up. I barely got hurt at all by that fight, which is hilarious because the GM's like he's like 3 heads are coming at you. It's like body, parry. Oh, 1 got through. But because I took Shield Master, this really pissed off the GM. So the dragon head of the Chimera was like, for your breath. And we're all like, oh shit. The cleric's like, I'm crispy. And I'm just like, Shield Master, no damage, because I passed the roll. Jim's like, fuck! I don't want to kill you there. It's like, you ain't killing me. I'm a tank. I'm built to take damage. So we eventually whittle it down till it's about to like fly away. Barbarian's been struggling to try and get up the hill, but sliding back down because it's fucking sheets of ice. He does see it kind of start to fly away, and he's like, "Fuck that, javelin!" Kills it, just kills it. It's like, wow, that's amazing. That was amazing. So we pack up our stuff, find the body, and like some of the people take a couple of scales. Like, oh, fine. It's like, all right, cool. Me, not like player wise, I'm like, ooh, we should totally take everything. We should just take the body, whales, because there's loads of stuff in it. Character wise, I'm like, fuck it, it's a dead body. Fuck that shit. I want to eat it. I want to try and eat some fucking chimera, which was alright. The cleric done purify food and shit in it, so we didn't get the runs or poisoned or any crazy shit. But it did not taste that nice. But you know, I got Chimera and I can say that. So we're travel, get this massive set of stairs. It's like up the side of the mountain. You can see this wee fucking light up there, and it's like, right, cool. How many hours? That's about 6 hours away. Okay, cool. So we start walking. And just as we start walking, this wee boulder starts rolling towards us. Like, oh fuck, move out the way, it's a boulder. And then it stops, and it stands up, and it's like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, what? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? Fucking, huh. He had spells. Anyway, I'm just trying to work it, because the thief had spells. He used comprehend language. And he didn't have a scroll, so I'm kind of like, maybe it isn't a food dipping a thief. Maybe not. Maybe it some wizard spells. Anyway, anywho, after. So he used comprehend language. It's like, welcome, speak, friend, and pass. It's like, shit. What languages do we go? So smarty party, farty arty. We're like, right, cool. We need to say it in Dwarvish because we're heading to a dwarven place. Does anybody know Dwarvish? No. Can we get a fucking intelligence roll to see if we can, you know, Klaatu Varata. Can try to see if we can do that. Luckily, I rolled that 20. Bam, 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 bam. So I'm like, friend, and fucking, like, I'm like, I'll say friend in fucking Dwarvish, and it's like, go, you maple. It goes back into a rock, and fucking, we walk past, walk all the way up, get to these massive doors, and it's like, push, nothing. Knock, 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 nothing. Push, nothing. And it's like, just before this. So as we're sort of climbing up, there's a couple of dead dwarfs on the fucking hill up. They've got some arrows in them. No sure what kind of arrows. Definitely not dwarven arrows, but they're quite raggedy arrows. So we loot the bodies, and I find a fucking belted dwarf guide. Bam. So that's like 4 characters have had a belted dwarven kind we knew. Fuck, I hate that belt. At least you grow a beard, but fucking useless. So we get up, and we get to the door, and it's like, push, nap. Push, nap, knock, 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 nap. Push, nap. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, right, cool, whatever. I attune to the belt during this time, and I'm like, that wall is speaking to me. And they're like, what? It's like, because, you know, you can speak, read, and write Dwarvish with this belt. You know, it just happens. Just, you can do this. And I'm just like, that wall is speaking to me. And like, what does it say? It says, there's a lever just there. Totally. They're just like, what? How do you know this? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I have no idea. Magic. You know, just trying to play it off as an, oh, magic. So we get to so we open the door, fucking go in, and it's a fucking massive fucking tavern, 3 dwarfs, all partying and being merry and shit. So we head up to the bar, we're like, cool, we're looking for this guy, and he's like, loads of guys like with that name, you need to be a bit more specific. It's like, right, cool, he's a barrel maker. He's like, loads of barrel makers here, you need to be a bit more specific. And as he's pouring us drinks, the hellbear fucking takes a drink, and he's like, poison! Because he's never drunk before, Ken. He's lived it in the wilderness, and he's never, social shit, never done it. And the dwarf's like, what the fuck, get out. Ken told Riot it was like, oh my god, you're gonna get us killed. We're not with him. Ken. So it's like, right, cool. So he comes back in, and one of the apprentice guys for the barrel smith comes up, and we're sitting talking about trying to find the barrel guy. And he's like, hey man, I work for a barrel guy. If you want to come speak to him, it's this guy. And it's like, that's the exact guy we're here for. Cool, take us. So he takes us down, and we're like sitting speaking, like, so we get to the barrel guy and we're like, hey barrel guy, we're looking for a barrel for like our king in it. And he's like, right, cool, yeah man, I've got the order here. Fucking, he sent a raven ahead of you so that when you got here it'd be ready and you can just take it back. It's like, right, cool. So what you go for selling, because this was an enchanting shop that made enchanted barrels. It's like, right, cool. So he's got loads of cool stuff. We didn't have any money though, and everybody's like trying to buy shit, but with no money. So we're trying to like buy the lowest stuff. I end up buying the staff of flowers and the cape of billowing. We'll get back to that eventually, because that actually is quite funny. And like that cost me like what, 100 gold or some shit, and that was pretty much all my money. I had 4 gold left. So we're sitting speaking, and he ends up like mentioning about fucking magical creatures, you know, parts and shit. And we're like, oh, does Chimera? And he's like, yeah, man, fucking Chimera, fucking, you could probably get about what, 60 grand for a body of Chimera with all the ingredients and shit. It's like, what? We know where a body is. It's like, well, go get it. It's like, all right, cool. So we keep speaking to him because Ken, we know the Chimera's frozen out in the wilderness. So unless, yeah, scavengers get it, we're fine. But you know, scavengers could get it, and we did eat it. So you know, you never know. We never know. So we're kind of like chatting to him and stuff, and he's like, "Well, Ken, if you've got any other magical stuff in that," and I'm like, "Well, I've got this dragon charcoal." And he's like, "What?" It's like, "No, when we killed this dragon, it turned into charcoal." And I grabbed quite a bit for my fire and the hoose, because I'm going to put it in the fire, light it, and you know, dragon charcoal, that's gonna burn pretty good and cook food really good. You know, because that's what my character thought dragon charcoal was for. You know, like infinite supply of charcoal. This charcoal will never burn out because it was a dragon. You can't burn a dragon. you know. Oh, I actually thought like my character thought that if he set the charcoal on fire, it might turn into a baby dragon. Again, he's like, yeah, like, he might be an Eldritch Knight, but he doesn't know about magic. He knows about combat magic, not magic. So the dwarf's like, what the fuck? You've got dragon charcoal, weighs it, tests it. It's like, cool. 4 grand. What? 4 grand. Sure. Sure. Perfect. It's like, woohoo. He's like, right, cool. And then I'm like, right, cool, what armor you got? Plate mail. Doff. Thank you. And Rev's just like, fucking hell, we need to go back and get that Chimera stuff. So he's like, right, cool, I'll come back in the morning, I'll hide that armor for you. It's like, sweet. So we head back up to the inn, the tavern bit. It's got a wee bit in the inn, it's got 6 rooms and stuff. So we book ourselves in, and then fucking, because I've got advantage against dwarfs, fucking this one barmaid's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Okay, okay, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. I can't stop this. This is, unless I tell you fuck off, then that's not my character though. So it's like, all right, cool." So I'm like, yeah, and like, so she gives me a wink, and just as she's passing by, I'm like, "My room, midnight." She's like, okay. Walks away. I'm like, yes, yes. Unfortunately, at this point, fucking everybody on the table decides, let's go get that Chimera and bring it back in the morning. So let's go pick up the Chimera board and bring it back. It's like, wait, I'm gonna get late. They're like, fuck it. So we leave. They go to leave, and we get outside, and it's like, nah. We just spent days traveling here. You know, a nice warm bed would be good. Some warm food would be good, rather than trail rations and slightly icy water skins. So yeah, we end up spending the night. So I'm like, bam. Yeah, fucking everybody was pissed off because one of them had fucking exhaustion because of the room next door. Like seriously, it was hilarious. It's like, I can't believe you kept me up all night. It's like, man, she really kept me up all night. Kenny's like, I fucking hate you. I'm so exhausted, and it's like, are you? Look at your sheet. 1 point exhaustion. Oh, damn! You're gonna need to rest when we get back. So yeah, we end up like heading out. But just as we get out, like we're about 3 hours away from the Chimera. Ken, we weren't far away from the place when we fought the Chimera, but it's like 6 hours down and then a couple hours out to the Chimera. So we go down the stairs. We're just about to start leaving, like heading out further, and we get attacked by bugbears. And these guys really fuck us up because that guy has exhaustion, and we're getting fucked up. So fucked up, in fact. Once we beat them, we didn't like we beat them, but very flukily, and a few of them managed to run away. And instead of giving chase, we pull back into the keep, spend another night, and then push forward again. So we end up like going to where the Chimera is. Loads of fucking bugbear footprints and stuff. Well, we didn't know it was bugbear, but one of the scout guy, the thief guy rolled fucking really good, and the hill bear had a fucking sniff about, and he was like, "Ah, yeah, that's definitely bear blood. Dragging the fucking Chimera. It's gone, guys. It's gone." It's like, ah, shit. Ah, shit. So it's like, oh man, that sucks. So, just as we're sort of like scouting around, looking to see if we can find any bugbears to ask questions for, a big group of them fucking surround us. There's a hag. She's like, I'ma fuck you up. And like, oh man, it was so funny too, because, right, oh man, the way it, like, see how it happened. Right, so we were sort of walking along. We thought we seen something ahead, so we sort of walked up to it without thinking, and the hag burst out of the fucking thing and started attacking us as we were surrounded by bugbears and fucking other creatures. This wifey had some kind of monopoly on the fucking monsters in the area, and she was the leader of them, and she wanted us because we were fucking with her, and we killed that fucking red dragon. Now, I'm going to say right now that when that red dragon died, we did sleep in its corpse. You know how it turned into the charcoal and shit? We did actually camp inside it. That needs to be stated very, 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 fucking poignantly, because it's gonna come back to bite us in the ass. Because it was a wormling, and the mother will smell us in its corpse and be like, "Ha! I'm gonna kill those fucks." So that's gonna happen. But we eventually like kill the fucking hag. As we kill her, sort of our other creatures sort of disengage, and they're like, "Right, we quit, and they run away, and it's like, "Oh, what? Okay." So raid the hag's body. She's got fucking pretty much 10 grand's worth of chimera parts in it. So we're like, cool, we made money. Head back to the tavern, and so we get into the tavern, and that's where the game ended. Ken, so that was pretty fun. Like, that was quite a fucking Ken, just Ken, none of this sitting about for 4 hours in a tavern talking about shit. None of that. Just talk, done, talk, done, talk, done. Progression. None of this, "Oh, I don't know. It's like, we're doing it. We want this. We're doing it this way. Like, even climbing up the fucking... Me being me, I'm like, there's so many easier ways we could easily get up there. Me being my character, I'm like, we should just climb. Ken. Oh, so funny. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, but the dwarf did say to us, Ken, "Oh, you like the guy that we were selling the parts to." He's like, "Oh, fucking, you killed a wormling dragon hag. Oh, well, you better watch out for his mother, cause I'll fucking come after yous." Me being completely fair, like my character being completely forgetful, was like, "Nah, man, we told go there pretty quick, like." And the other characters just look at me. The GM looks at me and he's like, "Roll deception." Nat 20. It's like, BAM! Even the players are like, "Huh, I thought we slept in it, but we didn't, did we? I think we just left it. We did." It's like, what? What? I told man, like, and the thing was, like, later on, they're like, "We did sleep, like, like, because they're pretty good at playing their character, like a couple of them anyway. So as we're sitting in the tavern, sort of hanging out, Ken just because like we sort of handed the parts, we got some gold. We never really went further with the story because the guy had exhaustion. We wanted to get him back to the fucking tavern and inn. And oh, it was just quite funny, like. And now, on to the sixth game. I know, right? Fucking hell. 6 games since the last time I played here. Oh, 6 games. Oh, amazing. Okay, cool. For this, there are. How many was there again? This was last night, so 3. There was a half-orc barbarian. Who's the other guy? None of us. Oh, wait, it was a druid. It was a moon druid. And I was a fairy thief. Fairy monk of the open palm. Yeah, that's right. Somebody let me go. A fairy. So what we done was randomized characters. Me being me, I didn't turn off for nerfed arcana shit, and it came up with a fairy open palm monk, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty interesting. The GM was like, right, cool. So we're playing at level 5. So yeah, have fun. It's like, okay, cool. Fairy open palm monk at level 5. I'm unstoppable. So we arrive in this new town, and it's really hustling bustling. There's a market on, and there's like a fair. We're here for the fair. I'm a fairy blacksmith. I'm a fairy tinkering blacksmith. Yes. I'm a tiny little clockwork. I'm well, I'm small. Though the GM said I could be tiny if I wanted, but I'd have to take a D4 and fucking strength and fucking damage negation. And I was like, nah, I'll be small. So I'm 1'1". I'm 1'11". Like that size, almost 2 foot. And I fly about because I've got these big fucking like, oh man, they're like insect wings, kind of the two that sort of flap together, kind of like the self wings for fucking Sword Art. It's quite funny. I did not realise that until I just started speaking about it there. Because I was trying to explain it a totally different way. Ken, like, you know those insects with the 2 wings that go bzz, 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 and they're like, yeah, kind of. Okay, so as we're going to the town, because there's like a festival on and stuff, the captain of the guard's like, right, cool. Well, not the captain, but the guards are like, we're going to need to band your stuff up. What do you mean band our stuff up? Well, because we didn't want any violence in here, we'll let you take in your weapons. We just have to tie this leather around them so you can't use them in town. So the barbarian got his axe tied up. The druid got his fucking sword tied up. And then they came to me and they're like, "What you got?" I was like, "I've got a sling. I've got a couple of darts, and that's all the weapons I have." And they're just like, "What?" It's like, I'm a smith. I make stuff. And he's like, oh, okay, so you're not a combat character. So it's like, so you don't really do much combat. Well, I do combat when I have to, but not very well. And I had to roll deception for that. No, I done no bad. I actually passed it. So again, the GM was kind of like, all right, cool, we believe you. It's like, sweet. So I didn't get anything tied up. So I'm like, cool. I'm running about with these fists of fury. So we get into the town. So like, cool. So what should we do? Probably find some work. Maybe check the market. You know, because I'm talking about opening a stall to sell some stuff. Because I've got like 20 golds worth of actual jewelry and stuff that I make. Cause I'm a blacksmith tinkerer. And I make pocket watches and shit. That's what I do for a living. I make accessories. So we get to the. No, we don't actually, not yet. Okay, so we go to the pub, we sort of sit and speak about things. Sort of get a wee bit, like, there's this dwarf behind us, and I can speak Dwarven, and I'm sort of listening in the conversation, and he's talking about the captain of the guard gone missing, and just how there's like this weird fucking laughter in the street and shit, and it's like, okay, what the fuck? No, anybody that recognizes the laughing ghost will realize that this is actually an adventure from 3rd edition. We were actually playing a converted gamebook into 5e, which was pretty, like, it didn't work some of the time, like when he was getting out his magic items, like, oh, it's got this with so many charges and this many charges used. It's like, nah man, it only has so many charges. They recharge at dawn, unless you want it to break. Again, like, it's like a total consumable thing, and he's like, nah man, it's all good. So it was fine. But like, that is one of the things, the items and the monsters' healths. I have a feeling that their health was a lot lower than they should have been. But anywho, so we're like, right, cool. Right, well, what did we do first? What did we do first again? Because there was loads of stuff we done. Okay. So the was he a fighter or was he a barbarian? Half orc paladin. Ah, paladin. You can't. He was a din at something. Again, it was an in at something. He was a paladin, not a barbarian. I'm an idiot. Because he cast lay on hands. Fuck. And the other one, wizard druid, because he used moonbeam. No wait, no, the paladin used moonbeam. He was the paladin of the unicorn. But he goes off to speak to the Lord, and we, because he's like, I'm a paladin of unicorn. Meh, 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 meh. I'm fucking this Lord guy. You gotta fucking listen to me. Meh, 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 meh. I'm fucking meh, 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 meh. Which was kind of getting on our tits eventually. It did actually really get on our tits. But we're cool with it now. So like, right, whatever, man. You go do your shit, and we're gonna go and check the stalls and stuff. See if there's any like interesting for us to buy. Like, we didn't have money to buy stuff, but like, there might be something interesting to buy or trade or, you know, and that kind of shit. So we're like, right, cool. But just as we leave, we sort of started heading up the same way, because we're going up the same road, and then he heads straight and we branch off, because we got a town map from the guard at the start. And I was like, right, cool. So if you head there, branch off, then we can go there and that. So right, cool. So as we sort of like walk together, someone must have not failed a fucking a stealth check, because we seen it. Like this person must have really fucking failed their stealth check, because we got to roll to see if we seen them, and it was just it was quite funny, because so we see two guys. One of the guys sort of hiding, our guys in an alleyway, and the paladin just walks straight up to him. Yes, can I help you? And the guy's like, what? And he's like, can I help you? You're following me. Why can I help you? And the guy's just like, fuck that. Pulls a sword, goes to stab him. So combat ensues. And this is where I learned that monks with flying are broken. So broken. So I'm like, right, so okay, I go first, +5 to agility, because I've got 20 fucking dex, because I rolled an 8 and I put my fucking ability score improvement. Well, I didn't. You know the starting one you get for being a creature? Yeah, I put them into fucking dex. So I had 20 dex right at the start, and I'm like, yes, first time I've got 20 fucking stat, and it was amazing. Like, so good. I'm like, so good, so good. But because of the way fucking, because I took observant, it put my wisdom up to 19, because I actually rolled really fucking good for once. Wow. I can't remember what it was. It was like D&D Beyond. You know the right. So you go into D&D Beyond. You go into the stat bit, and there's a manual rolled. You can actually roll there. Click, 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 and then assign them. And it just rolled amazing. Like, I didn't have below 10. My charisma was 10. Everyone else was above 14. 14. Fucking, and like the thing was fucking, the GM's like, aye, right. And I was like, go into D&D Beyond, go into my character, and edit it. You're the GM, you can see what happened. Because it shows you the dice rolled, kind of like the numbers you rolled and shit. You can't fudge that shit. Or you might be able to, but I didn't kind of fudge that shit. And yeah, so he went in and he's like, wow, that's the best stats I've ever seen rolled. And I'm like, dude, that's the best stats I've ever rolled. Ever? Like, ever? Like, everyone's above 10. Everyone bar 1's above 14. And he's just like, yeah, fuck. This is gonna be fucking insane. So, I go first in this combat situation. You know, the two fucking thief guys that we sort of caught. And me be me, I'm like, cool, punch, punch. No one dies. I'm like, whoa, flurry blows, punch, punch, dead. Ha, yay, go me. I just killed the first two guys. Paladin's like, whoa, fuck. Fucking, the druid's like, holy shit, Sam, you just killed two guys in one fucking turn that quickly. I was like, I know. This is gonna be fun. So we loot the corpses, we find fucking a potion of cat's grace and fucking some other stuff that ends up being worth 20 grand to the fucking potion shop wifey. Holy shit, 20 grand. So it's like, oh damn. So she's only got 4 grand on her, so we take loads of potions as payment, and we have to go back. We take the 4 grand as well, and we've still got 1,000. No, I've still got 1,800 gold to go back for in the morning because she's got to go to the bank. But because of the market and the fucking like circus celebration thing, concert, loads of stuff was going on. Like there was actors in the field, jugglers and shit. Like it was a big, massive fucking palooza. And we're like, right, cool. So we're like, what the fuck is going on here? So we sell the shit, buy loads of potions. I'm like, right, okay, cool. So what are we gonna do now? It's like, well, I was gonna go see the blacksmith to see what our stuff's like. So maybe we should head to the blacksmith and see what our stuff's like. Cause you know, cause I'm insanely jealous when it comes to people that are rivals to me. And the fact she was a blacksmith and I'm a blacksmith kind of made me like. But when we got there, it was relief because she was a weapons blacksmith and I'm an accessory blacksmith, so she can't compete with me. And that was the key. That was a key turning point for me, like for my character, because like up until then, when I found out there was a really good blacksmith, I was pissed off, annoyed, and wanting to fucking like, yeah, like I wanted to go in their store and break shit, like just because that's kind of how the fucking mentality of this character works. Like, see when we were doing the fucking like dealing with the wifey, I was getting really ratty with the fucking money, and they were getting really ratty with me. But I was like, dude, I'm playing my character. It says here I am not willing to part with money easily, and you're trying to fucking sell stuff I picked up so you can get shit. That's that's I picked it up, kid. Totally. This isn't communism, mate. This is I-ism. Ism, kid. And he's just like, oh, whatever, man. But so we eventually work it out. So I get loads of money. I've got like fucking like 2 grand, and that 1.8 grand we're going back for isming. But I get it in platinum, and I'm like, what the fuck am I meant to do with platinum? I shape gold jewelry. I did gold jewelry. They're like, you could do platinum jewelry, and it's like, but platinum's just shiny silver. Again, like just feeling like a fucking. And they're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go. But so we eventually visit the blacksmith. Fucking, the paladin gets his plate mail. Nobody else put it in. No. But we did speak to the wifey that ran it, and she's like, look, I don't know what's going on, but see, for the past couple of days, there's been some weird shit. Folk have been shaking down some of the shops and stuff. Not Ming, obviously. But there's also been, like, some fucking talk of Ratman and the tower. Like, the bell tower and stuff. And it's like, have the guards checked it out? She's like, nah, they wouldn't waste their time on that. It's like, oh, okay. Just to cut back a bit, see, when we dealt with those guys, a guard came, and it's like, oh, these guys just tried to attack us. They're, like, one of them was knocked out. No, I killed both of them. Sorry. It was this bit where one of them was knocked out. The next bit. So bam, 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 bam. So the guard's like, right, cool. Well, you were protecting yourselves, and that witness over there said they drew first, and you were walking. They were following you, and you turned round and you walked towards them, asked them a question, and then they drew the sword. That's what happened. So we kind of got off with that. But the guards were like, right, cool. So if you're gonna be going around fucking doing stuff, just be careful and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. So what's the next bit? Did we do that bit first? No. So we're okay. So we're walking back and we're like, right, cool. So the disappearances were over that side, or we could check the bell tower. Again, one of the two. There's something no right with this tune. And just as fucking the druid says that, fucking loads of guys just come at fucking. No wait, no, isn't it? Fucking, we heard screaming, so we ran it. I know we heard screaming, so we ran up the fucking to the marketplace, where fucking these rat men, well, these dire rats, rat men and were rats were fucking fighting. But we did again, they were were rats. They were just looked like fucking rat men. So they're sitting fighting, like smashing up these stalls and shit. And it's like, oh damn, fucking, we're finna the fucking shakedowners. So it's like we're just running, fucking bam, cut them down. Well, I punched like 6 of these people out. There was like what, 8 of them, and I killed like 6 of them. 2 turns, 2 fucking turns. It took 2 turns to kill fucking 8 fucking guys. It was amazing. But yeah, like once we've done that, fucking a couple of the peasants had died, but the fucking paladins like fucking last rites and shit, and doing all these paladin crap to try and save them. Manages to spare the dying one of them, again, because James a bit lenient, but it was quite funny. And the guard's like, "What happened?" And it's like, "Wait, it's fucking you guys again, same guard." It's like, "Yeah, we heard screaming, so we ran up this way and we found this." One of them was knocked out. Just so you know, one of them was knocked out. I didn't knock him out. I was too late to say fucking, because I'm just like, I'm gonna punch him in the dick, I'm gonna kick him in the dick. It's like, cool. Did they say non-lethal? It's like, I know, I didn't think about non-lethal. I'm just like, I'm gonna kick him in the dick. And this tiny little 1.11 foot tall fucking guy just kicking folk in the dick and them down. Amazing. But yeah, so we managed to tie him up, and the guy's like, "Yo, so yeah, thanks for helping again, fucking hell." And the paladin's like, "Yo, can we get like a way to summon the guards? Because we might run into more of this, because that's 2, and we've walked down 3 streets in your town, so there might be something wrong here. Again, something might be happening." The guard's like, "Fucking, I'll check my pockets." Nat 20 finds a whistle and gives him it. It's like, right, cool, here you go. It's like, right, cool. So we're sort of like, right, walking back down the road because they've sort of shut off that bit. And it's like, right, cool. So we're walking towards the bell tower. And it's like, right, so what do we do now? Right, well, the bell tower, the laughing ghost, or the disappearing people? Or the disappearing guard, captain. Like, loads of stuff's been happening in this tune. All within this vicinity of 2 weeks. And escalating more and more as it goes on. So it's like, right, cool, let's check the bell tower. So we go to the bell tower, and I'm like, one of the guys we've killed had fucking lockpicks, so I'm like, woohoo. So we go to the bell tower, and it's like, cool, the door's locked, and I'm like, cool, I've got something for this. And I'm sitting raking my pockets for the fucking, raking my bag for the fucking thieves' tools, because I was like, I'm never going to use them, but woohoo, masterwork thieves' tools. And I'm like, cool, I can get that door open. And like I must have took like a minute or 2, Ken, because I was just shoving stuff in, putting stuff on top of it. So they worked their way to the bottom of my bag. And the paladin was just like, you know what, fuck it, bang, kicks the door in. It's like, oh shit. So we're in, stairwell going up, door in front. It's like, oh dear. And he's like, do you want to fucking open this door? I'm like, you just kicked the fucking door in, you idiot. Kick that door in again. He's just like, alright, kicks the door in. So we burst in, and the guy we fucking captured is in a chair talking to an old man. They both turn into rats. And begin, like, they both turn into rats and go, scurry. Go to scurry. The paladin's like, moonbeam, boom, kills them both. Just instantly, boom, turns them back into their normal form and they're dead. Just wake up dead. It's like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. So, we're in the bell tower. There's 4 ropes coming down for the ceiling. It's like, right, cool, we're gonna... So, we go in, look about, I'm here, cool. Stairs going up, so we'll go up that way. I hear skittering above me, so I'm kind of like, huh. I'm gonna float about here, because I can fly, because I'm fairy. Gonna float about here, and you guys go up and round, go up and round, go up and round. So they're going up and round, going up and round, going up and round. And then, just as they go into the room, because fairies can squeeze through tiny little holes, and there were ropes coming through the ceiling, so there was enough space for me to squeeze through. So I'm like, whoop. Basically, so the door opens, they're like, ah, oh, fuck, there's somebody there. I'm like, whoop, bam, 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 bam. All 4 of them are dead. The paladin's like, cool, next floor. Goes up to the next floor. So I'm like, right, cool, I'm just gonna pop up. And I see that there's like 8 of them, like around this room, and I'm like, okay, back down. So 4 of them come up to the fucking holes, and they're like, what the fuck was that? Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? My turn. Well, their turn. They continue running up. They're running up, because it's a lot, it's like a big, like, square building that you've got to run around the fucking wall edge, and inside the rooms. So they're running around, and I'm like, right, cool, my turn. I pop up, punch, 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 pop back down. I killed them. Because it's like +5 damage, because of the fucking Dex 20. I was insanely fucking bam, 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 bam. The champ's like, you just killed an entire, that's a second entire room in this tower you've killed. And I'm like, I know, I can't help it. Oh man, it gets even worse. It gets even worse. So we head up to the next bit, and like, oh well, I head up to the next bit because they're still going round in circles and circles and circles, and there's 2 fucking rare rats. Sorry, up on a balcony, because it sort of goes up and round and on the flare and then goes up and round, because it's actually starting to open up into a big tower now. Again, like the total Batman tower with the beam's gone across, but it's just a straight drop to the flare. And a wee bit further up is like 2 fucking were-rats. So I'm like, hi. They're like, what? Initiative. I want initiative. Whew, bam, bam. So just as they get to the door, they hear, and they're like, oh shit, draw weapons. Go in. I'm just sort of sitting on the balcony, looking down. I'm like, hi guys. Yeah, there was 2 of them. And they're just like, go. Running all the way up the stairs to the top of the bell tower. And we're just sort of hanging out, like, just like, looking out. And he was just about to blow his whistle, Ken, because fucking we just cleared the place, Ken, fucking rat man and shit. When fucking the wall starts moving beside the druid. And then the wall starts moving beside the paladin. I win initiative, so I'm like, I protect you, my paladin friend. Bam, 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 bam. Then 4 hits. Kills the fucking gargoyle. I know. It was insane. I did not roll below 8 damage that entire day. Oh no, I did. I rolled 6 at one point, which is coming up. But I did, like, by on this point I hadn't rolled below 8, so I'm like, yeah. Okay, what I mean, yeah. Which was a 3 on the dice, you know. So yep. The gargoyle attacks the druid. The druid's like, oh shit. The paladin's like, fucking throw javelin. Fucking. Okay, so wait. Yeah, gargoyle's next. So it pulls out the javelin, throws it away, and well, it doesn't poo it, but fucking just meh, goes to attack, and just misses the fucking druid. Thank fuck, because the druid was like, oh shit, can't panicky. he tries to fight it. It doesn't really work. I just fly around and kick him. Like I go bam, bam, and I'm like flurry of blows. James like, oh, by the way, you've just killed it, so you don't have to use the flurry of blows. And I'm like, but I want to use the flurry of blows. Why do you want to use the flurry of blows? Way of open palm. I want to hit him 15 feet that way. James like, what? That's an archway of the tower. You'll send them flying to the ground below. It's like, yeah, no, that sounds cool, right? And the James is like, I'll allow it. It's like, yeah! So it's like, bam, bam, Kai point, boot, fucking almighty Sparta boot, out of the tower! Yeah! Sparta! It's like, yeah, boy, that was fucking epic. So yeah, we do the tower, fucking find some stuff, no any clues though, so we're kinda like, no clues, what the fuck? So guards come and like, holy shit, man, you guys again? We've been hearing stories about you. Again, that guy spoke to the captain spoke to us, and new fucking we're hearing that these three guys are going around and they're beating the shit out of the fucking monsters in the town. Apparently, the town's full of monsters. We never knew. Holy fuck! What kind of guards are you? that is how the conversation kind of went. Which was fine. Like, I was like, I just want to punch it. I'm a fucking monk, a fairy monk. I want to build and punch. I want to build and punch. So it's like, right, cool. So we're like, right, cool. We'll head to the place where disappearances are. Okay, and maybe see if we can find some scratch marks, claw marks, blood stains, you know, that kind of stuff. Because it's all within like 100 feet radius of the people disappearing. So it's around here where all the people are disappearing. It's like, that. And he drew on the map where it is. It's like, that is dangerous. So let's go there. So on our way there, we're passing this deserted street, maybe like one or two people on it. Maybe, no, it was four people on it. And there's this actor troupe, Ken, because it is, look, there's a massive festival going on. There's loads of fucking stalls and stuff, but in this bit there's no stalls. But Ken, it's still lively, but this acting troupe's probably went here because it's empty. Maybe they can try and captivate an audience to try and bring them out their houses. Just as we're walking past, this fucking the curtain gets ripped apart, and fucking the guy gets hit to the ground with a big fucking sword, and falls down. He's lying there like, ah. And we're walking past, and it's like initiative. It's like, oh god, are we in combat? It's initiative. Like, I'm like, dude. Like, the thing was, I actually said to Jim here, I was like, okay, do I know that that's not part of the show, or is, because like I know, like player wise, I've rolled initiative, so that's combat. That's something I've got to fight. But player, like character wise, do I know that that's a monster? And it's like, okay, so you look at it, it has no eyes, it's covered in fur, and it's wielding a giant fucking greatsword, and its face is like the snout of a rat. It's like, so like the guy's in the tower, and he's like, yes. I was like, cool, I'm gonna punch him. Obviously, I was first because you know, +5 to fucking initiative. So I'm first. I'm like, zoom, punch the fucking guy. He die. Like punch. Oh wait, no, punch, die, turn into his other pal. Punch, miss, kick, he dies. And it's like, yeah, like, and fucking cool. So the paladin's like, right, cool, spare the dying, and I'll take out my axe and fucking get ready to fight. It's like, right, cool. What's the druid doing? Druid's like, I'm going to summon 2 bears. What? 2 brown bears. It's like, amazing. And as a bonus action, I'm going to turn into a brown bear too. 3 brown bears. Holy shit. And yeah, man, fucking combat ensued like that. It was like fucking these. Oh man, what were they called again? It was like a weird name. Roamers or some shit. Like they were like cannibals from the Underdark that had been fucked in the heat by fucking mind flayers. I can't remember the name right now. I really can't. But you know, those guys. Fucking those guys, mate. It was like, shit, here we go. So it's like, oh no, we're totally fucked. Yeah, sorry I've not much to play in this, I'm just saying tongue shit, but it's quite funny. So like the bear's total fuck up things. The paladin jumps on the druid's back as a bear, and he's like, "To battle!" And as he sort of charges forward, the paladin falls off, and the bear gets the final kill. I'm just like, this is amazing. It's amazing. And like, it got to the point where there was like one guy left, 3 bears, and a paladin, and me. And it got to my turn, and the GM's like, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, is there any crisps or like is there any like sweets or bags of stuff I could eat nearby, like behind the set or something?" And he's like, "Roll investigation." So I'm like, "Right, cool, investigate. Find like a bag of plums, like sour plums." I'm like, "Ooh, I love it." So I'm sitting eating them, watching them fight. Like, this is amazing. Totally. I just sat that round out eating plums, watching the combat. Like, this is great. So they managed to fucking deal with him, which is pretty cool. So we're like, right, cool. Whew, thank fuck for that. Thank fuck for that. So it's like, right, cool, guard. So nah, cancel. What's going on here? Fuck knows. And then just then, we hear a. It's like, what the fuck's that? And then this big, huge worm monster appears in front of us, and we're like, oh shit. All the people start, like, the 4 people that were watching start to disperse. Fucking, so we're like, oh shit. Then another one appears, and it's like, ah, oh, fuck, we're dead. And it was one of those where it's like, oh shit. But the druid managed to spot the fucking caster, so he's like, call lightning. So I instantly knew where the guy was because of the lightning strike. He's like, he's there. And I'm like, right, cool. So I'm like, right, because the druid beat me in fucking initiative this time. So it's like, right, cool, fly up, over, down. Because I used Kai fucking Step of the Wind to make you faster. Dash. I was like, punch. Didn't even get to use my bonus action punch. Punch. And he dropped it. I was like, oh, disappointing. But that did not dispense any of the guys. And I was like, oh shit. So the paladin walks up to it and he's like, come at me, bro. Fucking 18 damage with the first hit. That's half the paladin's HP, by the way. Half his HP. And he's like, oh dear. Shit. Then the other worm's like attacking him, and it takes him into like, what, 4 HP? 4 HP? He did not have much. And he's just like, oh dear. Okay, superior potion. He drank a fucking superior potion because he was that scared of dying. He rolled pretty well. It was like 3 4s, a 2 plus 4, so kind of got some good health back. Kind of enough to survive another hit and no die. But the druid called lightning on one of the fucking huge fucking wormies, so it was going after him now. So it starts going after him. His turn, my turn. Cool, this is my turn. So I fly round and go for the one that's gone for the druid. So I just fly up to it, punch, and I'm like about to. Oh wait, no. Yeah, first punch I stunning striked it, and then the second punch I killed it. I was like, that's a point, Ed. But I didn't fly over my bonus action because I'd used my flying to get there. So I was kind of like, well, it's dead now. So, druid, call lightning, paladin, / dead. Just as we were killing it, the guards sort of come up and they're like, what the fuck is that? And then as it dies, we're like, where the fuck were you guys? And they're like, oh, it's the fucking guys that are helping us. Hey, what's happening, guys? It's like, yeah, what's happening? Where the fuck were you? And then just as we were sort of speaking that, we hear a scream as this fog starts to come in. It's like, ah, shit. So we run into the fog, sort of trying to find our way through. As this woman sort of comes through the fog and collapses. Oh, shit, woman. So we go over to help her, and just as we're about to, like, grab her and, like, lift her up, fucking these 2 wizards in red robes come out. And it's like, they're like, oh, sleep. Druid falls asleep. I fly over, kill one, knock the other one out. Seriously, it was like, I fly over, I'm like, punch, cool, punch, cool, non-lethal punching. Totally, because I was like, shit, man, I killed him with 2 punches. I'm going to hit him with 2 punches. If he dies with 2 punches, I'm going to get shouted at because I'm not taking anybody alive. It's like, oh, cool, cool. So, like, capture him. The guards take him away. And, like, the woman's like, oh, my fucking master, my master, you have to help her. She's been kidnapped. Fucking blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, what's going on? She's like, well, we were at this bookshop and we seen fucking we found this body for bites, but he said he fell down some stairs, but it was covered in bites, so we don't know. It looks suspect. So we reported it to the guards, and these guys came after us the day after. And it's like, oh damn, that sounds bad. Where was this bookshop? It was like the fucking Beyond the Limits of the Mind, or Beyond the Mind's Limits, or some shit. And it's like, oh damn, wait. So we searched that guy, like the one we knocked out, and he had a bookmark with the exact same fucking name on it, and it's like, oh damn, we're finding clues, we're actually getting clues. Now, up until this point, our investigation rolls were terrible. Like, we didn't find any clues. No clues. The thing is, the GM's just like, we're rolling investigation, he's just like, you could see him just sort of go, when we didn't roll high enough. We actually did say to him later on, it's like, see, if you want us to get something, just lower the DC. Just lower the DC. It's easy. Just be like, you happen to find this one tiny key piece of information, nothing else. But if you want us to find that one bit of information, you have to give us it no matter what we roll. Can. Or can, like, just as you're leaving, you like, say, like, even if you fucking roll on that one, it's like fail forward. Kind of fail forward. Like, you're rolling that one, so you're looking about, you fall, you take some damage, but you find a fucking little compartment where fucking this wee box is that you want them to find. Like, he's like, this guy's a really good DM, but he's not, like, he's quite set in his ways that if you didn't meet the fucking criteria, you didn't get to pass. So eventually you will hit a rock with him where he's like, I didn't come with today, guys. And you're like, well, give some information. And he's like, you never passed the rolls. It's like, I get that. But, you know, if you want us to have it, then give us it. It's just simple. So we're like, right, cool. We end up going to the bookshop. This is where the paladin becomes an absolute dick, by the way. Like, actual dick. So we go in, we go up to the front bit, and the guy's like, hi, can I help you? He's like, yeah, can you give me the lady you just kidnapped? What? The lady you just kidnapped? Give me her, or I'm going to kill you. Intimidation roll, and the guy's like, she's downstairs, please don't kill me. He's like, okay. So he goes through, the druid goes through, and I'm like, right, cool, I'm going to tie you up. And he's like, why? And I was like, well, what happens if you lied to us? He's like, okay. Okay, because he was still intimidated, so it was kind of like, I'm going to tie you up. He's like, no. It's like, yes. No option. Tied him up. Gagged him. So there was this like little door, and it had a gibbering mouth in it, and we hear some, which was the ghost laughing. The ghost laughing. We've been hearing, like, all the way in this place, we were rolling fucking con saves and wisdom saves for fucking psychic shit, because like loads of fucked up stuff was going on. So, like, fucking, so the druid stands in front of this door, opens it, it's a gibbering mouther. We can't fight it, it has to be the druid, because he's the only one that, see if he'd step back, smart guy, step back, he didn't do it. So it's like, alright, fair enough. So I'm like, what's in the box? And the guy's like, gibbering mouther. I was like, oh wow, that sucks. Why? Because we just let it out, and, you know, they went upstairs, so it's in there itself. Yeah, if it comes Ben, don't make a noise, because it might eat you. Yeah, I was really fucking with this guy, I was like, totally. So fucking the druid's fighting that guy. The paladin's starting to go up the stairs. Me being me, I end up flying up past the paladin into the next room. 2 guys, bam, bam. Paladin comes up. It's like, right, cool. Next turn, I fly up again. 1 guy, bam. So it's like we are going up the building, and the paladin's sort of like running behind me, going, huh, he's killed everybody. Huh, he's killed everybody. Downstairs, the druid's in this epic combat. The druid has Flameblade on, so it's a con, and he's sitting fighting against this fucking Gibbering Mouther, and it is just, oh man, it's so epic because it's like stab 6 damage, Gibbering Mouther is like 4 damage, Rokon just makes it. It's like, oh, epic, epic, epic. Like this was about 8 turns because like we first turn was the combat for them starting. Second turn, I just went upstairs. Like, oh no, first turn, Paladin had just started going upstairs. Second turn, I was upstairs. Third turn, I was upstairs again. Again, fourth turn, I was searching. Fifth turn, searching. Sixth turn, searching. Seventh turn, searching. Oh, wait, no, seventh turn, I was doing, but I was sitting on a bookshelf watching the fight. And the eighth turn died. Like, I was just sitting on a bookshelf watching the fight. Like, this is amazing. Get what I mean? Get what I mean? So, oh man, it was like fucking. So the paladin's like, right, cool. So we killed it. Well, so the druid got knocked back. The paladin stepped in, missed, and then the druid killed it with a sling, a total magic stone sling. Bam! In your brain, which was beautiful. So we're like, so they go downstairs because there is downstairs because the guy said she was downstairs. I go back into the room with the guy and I'm like, oh, by the way, just so you know, that Gibber Mouther's still been there and he's coming in. Bye. Flew away and the guy's like, Ken, I'm really mentally fucking with this guy just because it's funny. Again, because I'm a fairy and I like to fuck with people. So we go downstairs, there's the door, and they open the door and there's a Gibber Mouther with an old woman and these two guys. So the druid's at the front of the door, fucking takes a hit, gets knocked out. He got knocked out. So he gets knocked out, falls to the ground, unconscious. The paladin's like, ah shit, fucking stab, 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 kills the guy. So they're like, next turn I'll get you up. He's like, right, cool. I come in, fly down, fly into the room, punch the other guy that's in the room. So the Gibber Mouther comes over to me. Then I spend like 2 turns, because like what happens is, so I'm standing there fighting them as the paladin uses his first turn to raise the fucking. No, actually, didn't he? So the paladin, right? So 2 turns to fight the 2 guys, 4 punches each. Fuck, where'd I put the layer? Under here. So 2 turns. The paladin goes over to the lady, picks her up, turns round, walks away, takes 2 opportunity attacks, gets hit quite a bit, but she doesn't get hit. So he moves her over to where the druid is unconscious. Gives her a wee bit of slap, and it's like, heal him, and then turns round to fight, just as a fucking bam, 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 bam. And he's like, cool. And yeah, here's where it gets fucked up though. So, we take her upstairs. Fucking got the cat, they got the guy. I go outside, blow the whistle. Guards come, and then the paladin decides to rob the place. The paladin goes into the money thing and starts fucking counting it. Guard's like, what are you doing? You can't do that. He's like, oh, I'm just inventorizing the fucking money. He's like, yeah, you're not meant to do that. Don't do that. The paladin's like, oh, but I'm such and such a lord, and I'm such and such and such and such. And it's like, yeah, you're trying to steal from that guy, so you better fucking listen to the guard. Oh, but I'm such and such and such and such, and I'm a lord and a noble and shit. And it's like, yeah, you're just an arsehole, matey. So he ends up fighting 3 guards. Like, the guards, at the start, the guards are just trying to grab him, whereas he's actually swinging a fucking axe at them. So he is trying to murder the guards as they're trying to arrest him. So he's in the wrong, 100%. But the character has a flaw that he'd rather eat his own armor than admit he's wrong, so he's playing it to a fucking hilt. And, you know, this guy's a bit of an arsehole in real life, so playing an arsehole in the game wasn't hard for him. I'm no lying, like, that is... It's honest, he played that too fucking easily, Ken. And just the flip, and you're just like, the way he was trying to word shit, you're like, man, you're just trying to fucking manipulate this so you didn't come off as a bad guy. We seen you try to fucking rob that thing. You're the bad guy. Oh no, I would never do that. It's like, we know you would do that. We know you're the type of player that would do that. So fucking, he's ended up fighting with the guards. More guards come. So fucking the captain, oh no, the lieutenant of the guards comes. She gets in the middle of him. She's like, "You better fucking stop this." So the guy goes outside and fucking he's sitting bragging about his honor and shit. And I'm just sitting there shaking my head, being like, "He did try and steal, by the way." And in my opinion, he tried to rob this place. I don't care what he says. His actions speak louder than his words. And he was kind of getting annoyed with me because I'm just intentionally fucking him over because the guy was playing him like a dick. So I'm like, well, fuck you, you're a dick. You might be like neutral good, or fucking what was it, lawful neutral or some shit. No, it wasn't lawful. It wasn't lawful. Neutral good or some shit. Like he was like, oh, but my line, man. And it's like, just play your fucking play. Oh, can just being an arsehole for being an arsehole's sake. So I'm like, right, cool. Well, since you guys are all arseholes, I'm going to take this wifey back to her fucking temple. Ken, like the old wifey back to her fucking wee wifey that fucking sent us on the quest to begin with. Well, in that moment to begin with. So I take her back to the temple and sort of hang out there for a wee bit. Finally, they get it all sorted and they come after me, come get me, and then we go back to the inn and sort of sitting, drinking and having fun with the lieutenant, and that's where that game ended. And it was like, wow, holy shit, we're doing really well. It's really fun, like. And that's what I've been up to since the last time you see me. Other than, working. So fun. Like, it's actually good that we're actually starting to get back into the real swing of D&D. Like, I really didn't like playing on the computer. It is not my favourite. I'm not gonna lie, like, having to make maps, it's annoying. And just trying to set up an encounter on D&D Beyond, D&D fucking Roll20 is annoying. Whereas, all you need is a bit of graph paper. Laminated graph paper to fucking play a game instead of doing all that shit. So I'm like, oh yeah, really getting back into it. But that's generally what I've been up to. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go pretty soon because I'm gonna be playing D&D again. This time I'm Breadbeard, the marvelous bard. This is actually one of my, like, the guy that runs it. He's like, man, this is probably my favorite character to have ran. It's like, I know, but funny was the fairy fucking monk. He was the guy that runs the fairy monk one. Like, the thing was, he was a bit off because he's never really ran 5e, and he was kind of like, two of us were kind of like keeping him right. But sometimes the rules just made sense, so we sort of went, well, actually the rules should be this, but like the way you're working it is way better. So we'll go that way. But like, seriously, like, see, after playing the fairy monk, I think he likes the fairy monk better. He's like, because like I had to walk him home. Well, a bit of the way home because he goes up the way and I cut up through the main town. And he was like, oh man, fucking see just you, we got zoom 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 zoom. It was like fucking, oh, I can't even remember what he said now. It was like fucking Tinkerbell on speed or some shit. You can't like just, oh man, just think here fucking, because what I looked like was, I was a 1'11" fucking little pudgy fucking fairy, looking like a dwarf, kind of like a wee fat fairy with a big beard and a mohawk and some fucking weird tiara fucking circlet thing, and like loads of fucking jewellery bands. It done nothing, just made me look fucking cool because I was an accessory maker, and He's just like, oh man, that guy, fucking that guy, man. I didn't think I'll ever be able to see fucking monks in a different light again. Anytime somebody plays a monk new, I'm just gonna be like, man, they should totally fly. Because that just broke his game. It really broke his game. Like, the tower itself, like, was what, like 4 or 5 floors of me just going up and fucking killing everything on the floor before anybody got there. Now, I knew the paladin was getting really annoyed by it because he turned into a dick by the end, which is quite funny. But that's his character. He could have made whatever he wanted. The GM was like, make what you want, and I was like, can I just randomize it? He's like, sure. And I'm like, cool. It gave me a fairy. Here's the character sheet. And he's like, that's fine. Play it. I want to see it. I think that'd be quite funny. And I'm like, yeah, so do I. That's why I'm just saying to you, this is what I've made. So, but I think the paladin was kind of like annoyed because he never. I think he killed like 2 things out the entire game, and I killed everything bar like I think each of them got 1 or 2 kills, like the druid and paladin, and I think I killed everything. Like, insanely, this tiny little flying man who's kinda fat just flew about punching things to death. Like, oh man, it was so good. So good! Again, that's the kind of stuff you want when you're playing D&D 80s. Again, just fun. Whereas nowadays, you've got fucking people like the Paladin. They're like, oh, it's not all about me. Fuck. Again, me. It's like, well, I hate to tell you, it's a party. And the only reason things died so fucking quickly is because I was harder than nails. But everything I done was to help the party. Like, when I circled round that creature, the 2 giant fucking snake monsters, what I forget to say is the first turn I cast Fairy Fire on them. The one that the paladin ended up going to attack had advantage on it from the Fairy Fire. Whereas the one that ended up fighting the druid didn't, so hence why I went to fight the one that was fighting the druid, to keep the druid alive. And I think he was getting kind of pissy that I wasn't helping him, but he kept saying he was fine. It's like, you alright? Yeah man, I'm fine. It's like, okay, if you're lying, you're gonna die. He's like, no man, I'm fine. It's like, well, cool. You said you're fine. It's like, Ken. So I was like, fuck it, you're fine. Which, Ken, looking at some of these flaws, it was like, man, you wouldn't even admit if you were gonna die. You would not admit that, would you? He's like, nah, mate. I was kind of hoping you'd come and save me, but it worked out. I was like, of course it worked out. I balanced it. I made sure the one you were fighting had fucking advantage so you could hit it, even though you couldn't hit it. And I made sure the fucking druid stayed alive so he could heal you. Okay, I didn't get why you're getting pissy with me. He's just like, I can. But that's the kind of the person, Ken. And like you could tell with the way he was playing it, like the whole "look at me, I'm in charge," arguing with fucking everybody, and you're just like, holy fuck, you're such a dick right now. Like, see if and like, oh man, see the funny thing. It got to right, so he was sitting fighting the guards, right, and he actually hit the guard a couple of times, and the guard hit him, and they were both fucked. But they weren't really hurting each other, They were just happening to miss a lot of the time. The paladin had like plus 70 attack, and he couldn't hit shit. The guard had plus 40 attack, and he was hitting more than the paladin. So I was sitting there, right? So the paladin, what was he doing? Like 14 HP or some shit. Like the guy didn't do that much damage to him. Like it was like what 6 or some shit, because the paladin had been fucked up with the fight before. Kind of like the gibbering mouther and shit. Like when he stepped in to fight it, and fucking the druid ended up hit. Got fucking hangway, the paladin got hit. So it was kind of like fucking. Came out, I mean. But it got to the point where his health was at 14, and I just looked at him. I looked at him because like the entire time the GM's like, so what are you doing? It's like, I'm going to suspend my action until something happens. He's like, okay, cool. So every time it came around to me, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm still suspending my action until a certain thing happens. And he's like, oh, okay, okay, okay. And he just kept fucking asking me. And I was like, dude, man, literally, I will tell you when I want to do my fucking attack action, right? You didn't have to keep asking me. And he's like, all right, cool, man, don't worry about it. It's like, right, cool. So, right, so the guy had literally just hit the paladin and put him down to 14. And I just sort of look at the paladin and I'm like, ha! And the paladin's like, what? And I'm like, strike to stun. He's just like, what? I was like, gotcha. Again, just a, ha ha. He's like, you better fucking know. I was like, hey, if your HP gets low enough, I am going to. And he's like, shit. So luckily the lieutenant turned up. Otherwise, you know, he was going to get his ass knocked out by me. And it's quite funny because the druid was like, hey, so, like, because when we were walking home, like, 3 years, the druid was like, fucking, were you really going to strike to stun him? I was like, dude, I was going to strike to stun him, rob him, and then hand him over to the guards. Fuck him. Guy's a dick. And the druid's just like, huh. Well, I'm glad you didn't. I was like, yeah. He's like, because we've got another game. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, I've played this module before. We're not finished this. I'm like, ah, damn. I'm going to play another game with him. He's like, yeah, you do. It's like, oh, well, that's fine. I didn't mind that. But, you know, it's... Like, the thing is, I try and only make characters that stand fucking at the front. Like, the pixie, like, the fairy does not stand at the front. I sort of sit at the back and make light and piss-take jokes at things, and if they go to hit my friends, I knock them the fuck out. That's how he does it. He doesn't, like, just, like, that's the thing as well. Like, a lot of my characters aren't the leader characters, but, you know, there's always someone that wants to be the leader, and I never want to be the leader. Fuck being the leader. Somebody coming to you, what should we do? It's like, I don't know, fuck knows. My plans are usually insanely fucking crazy, so a lot of people, you shouldn't want to fucking ask me what my plan is. Like, for example, you know, when we were trying to climb up that fucking wall, we just kept failing and falling and failing and falling and failing and falling, and because we kept failing, the difficulty kept going up, and it was just like, no. Again, me, internal, was like, man, there's so many other ways I could get up here right now. You know? Firebolt, make a ledge so I could make a ladder in the ice. I could do loads of stuff. I didn't even try any of that. I was just like, fuck it, just keep trying. We'll get up eventually. Much health and fucking much cursing later, we did. I don't know. It's just, I think it's like that fucking, people like that have a fucking, I have to be in charge attitude because they're fucking failing at life. You get what I mean? It's like, oh, I have to be in control of something since I can't be in control of this. And it's like, alright, well, you know, you die, we're not helping you. Which is generally my mentality to any fucking person that starts getting annoying with me. I'm just like, nah, I didn't have to heal you, dude. Oh, but I'm dead. It's like, and? You got 25 grand? No. Well then, I'm not fucking gonna pay to res you, am I? Oh, just make a new character, you'll be fine. And, again, it's quite funny. But I really enjoyed that. It was such a good fucking time since I last spoke to you. It's like, wow. I really don't know what's going to happen with RimWorld. I really want to keep playing it. But the mods sort of just started doing the blue square over the fucking characters and stuff, and I'm like, right, cool, so definitely something's updated and it's total conflicting, so I've just removed all the mods and I'm kind of like, going forward, how do I want to do this? But I definitely want to play it again because I like playing RimWorld. That's the whole reason I bought this laptop, to play RimWorld. Like, that thing. That is why this laptop got bought. I was like, I want to play some RimWorld. I'll buy a laptop. Here we go. think we've leveled up one. I think one of our fucking stats is leveled up. I think that's about it. Ah shit, come behind, aren't you? You're lucky I can't even run. That's all I'm saying. You're lucky I can't run, you dick. But it was fucking crazy epic. Yeah, like that's the thing. Knew that fucking COVID's fucking starting to go down. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, fingers, legs, and dicks crossed. Actually, get some real D&D going. Get some real shit going. It's actually quite funny because I'm pretty sure in the next couple of months we're going to be doing some fucking epic shit. So keep an eye out. Or at least I don't know. I'm pretty bad at keeping up with social media, so I might not fucking even tell yous until I do another one of these. Or, you know, have a bitch fit. And I do one of these. But hey, it's me, so hey, fun. Yup. Instead of playing a game, I literally just sat and had a fucking talk with you. It's about fucking 6 games of D&D I played. Which isn't bad. It's actually really good fun. Please don't attack me. Please don't attack me. Ah, you had to be bad, right? You had to be bad. You in your face. Oh shit. Stop moving. You N-word? Did you just call me an N-word? Can't believe you just call me a nincompoop. How dare you call me the N-word? You nincompoop. Oh shit. There. Wait. Nice. Okay, I don't think we're gonna have enough space for this. What's that? Expensive skirt. How's it look? Meh. Oh shit. Shoot him in the dick. Just shoot him in the dick. Can't read that. Oh. I don't know if I should actually admit this. You know, I've never actually fully watched Harry Potter until the other day there. I didn't realize. I thought I'd seen them all, but I don't think I've actually seen all of them to the end. Okay, I'm not kidding. I was sitting watching. Like, it was called the Sorcerer's Stone, but I'm pretty sure it was meant to be the Philosopher's Stone in my country. And like, oh man, it was weird. Like, I can remember the start, getting to Hogwarts, and then the end. But I look at the stuff that happened in between. I was kind of like, oh, what? I can't remember. Even though I've meant to have seen this movie a few times, I've always got distracted watching it, so I never actually watched it. And I actually watched it the other day. It was quite interesting. I'm like, holy shit, man, this movie's so much different than I remember. Because, you know, I wasn't really paying attention when I was meant to be watching it. Well, that's what happens when you're sitting there with a pothead. Oh, yeah. That's what they call themselves, right? Potheads. When you're sitting there with a pothead and they're hot and they're like, I think I want sex. It's like, I like Harry Potter. Hell yeah, I love Harry Potter. I could totally name like the houses. Yeah, it just turned out to be that. I was like, oh my god. It's like, wow, I was really fucking not paying attention to the Harry Potter movies. So I can confirm that I have seen the first one. 100% watched it through myself. I even paused it to go fucking the toilet and stuff so I didn't miss anything, just in case, because I was like, man, I've not seen this movie. Like, I've seen bits of it, but not at all. Even though I've actually sat down to watch it with people many times, like what, 6 or 7 times, 5 or 6 times. Again, like a few times, I've actually sat down and watch it with people. Well, a person or someone, and it turned out to be, you know, not what I remembered. I was like, this is so weird, which is quite funny, because I'm just sitting there like, huh, this movie just went so different than I remember. Um, yeah, yeah. Wow, that I really don't have anything else. Working. Work's just work, so you just do it, you know. Hopefully they pay your fucking bills. Ba-da-ba. Oh man, we really haven't done much of the day. I've literally just spoke shit. Wait, have we leveled up? 3 levels into bow or something else. Great, a wee bit. Great. Oh shit. Legolas! Call me Legolo! Legole! Legabum! That was amazing. Yeah, I'm just... because I've sort of triggered a lot of the game memories, it's like, wow. Yeah, no, it was quite funny, like... Ooh. Oh, cool, we're actually doing a bit I've not done before. Nice. Nice. Nice, and jump about. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go very shortly. So once we've, I don't know. Oh shit, are we even close to leveling up again? Nah, no point. Another day anyway. Cool. So I'm probably just gonna bamf back to the house with bamf. Oh, this will be fucking creeper. Knew it. Yo, what's happening? Yo, I got some shit for shoes. Do you buy this? Oh, damn, that's a lot of money. You buy that, right? You ain't buying that. You buy that? Cool. You buy that? Ooh, Imperial Starter Leather. Bam. Definitely buy that. What's that? Divine. Health. You don't buy that. You don't buy that. Okay. So you don't buy much, do you? Got a nice square skin. Cheers. Bye. Put my hands away. My little spicy fingers. Oh, damn. This is crazy how far we can actually jump now. I keep forgetting just how far we can jump, like, it's because I'm so used to starting the game. Like, seriously, by the time you get fucking max strength and acrobatics, you can jump up there. You can. I've done it before, many times. As in, do I really want to do it new? Can't, so you can go like, bam, run along here, bam, and like, bam, and bounce along that. You can actually do it. Bounce, and then onto that, then up in there. But you can actually make that jump from here to here. You can actually get up there. So it's quite funny. I'm like, can I make up on that? Not yet. Almost though. Almost. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be. But we are not to the level to do it yet. It's a shame. But I think we can make it up here, right? Oh, just. Oh, it's just. I'm just no bouncing. I'm just no staying on it. Because there is a little lip that you can actually stay up there. You can see it just there. And you didn't slide off with it. Wait. The Journal of an Expert Jumper. Yep, that's me, Jumpalotomus. They call me the hippopotamus, the Jumpalotomus. They don't. That's a lie. 100%. Total fabrication. Cool, so we go around. But we can't even run this kid. Like, wow. Balmora, because I need to make food and go for a pee, because it's suddenly creeped up on me. It's like, hello, I need to pee, you need to pee. It's like, it's like, yes, you do.
Can I help you?
You would like to pee now? It's like, 2 minutes. It's like, yes, you have 2 minutes. Run away! But it's been really good, pretty fun. Hopefully you have had a good week, or 2. I can't remember. It's like a week. Last week I done this. Maybe in a week or 2. So yeah, hopefully you've actually had a good one. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna go up to bed, save it. I'll sort the shit when we're done. When we're back. Okay, cool. Until healed. Go. Save. And save. Oh, did I not exit? I didn't exit. I was like waiting on it doing it. I was like, oh no, it didn't crash like it usually does. Ah, damn. Can't. Or 2 minutes. Hands. Hopefully that doesn't get electrocuted. Like, fucking wet hands. Oh no. Fuck. But yeah, that's been us for today. Cool. So all I have to say is gotta keep an eye out for that. Cool. So if this is your first time here, let me ask you one simple question. Why are you? Okay, so kindly fuck off, and I will fuck off, and we can all, you know, get the fuck out of here.